What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neo Charge on PSN, and joining me, as always, we're on episode number 60. Oh my god, you guys are fucking hilarious. Is the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Light-Hartley on PSN. What's up, man? You guys are doing some crazy shit to the video. People can't see it, but I can.
I love Cheez-Its.
Oh,
yeah.
No! Oh, yeah! At first, it sounded like you said Jesus, and I was like, "What?"
He's my bro. Me and him are homies. We go way back. I promoted him when he was in the army.
Oh yeah, gotta let him just take the wheel sometime. As you can also hear, we are joined by he's basically the third person on this cast because we're bi-monthly at this point, or bi-weekly. I don't know what the fuck.
You're by something.
Yeah, right. It is Caleb Schiff, Admiral Merps on PSN. He's the guy that, you know, has pretty much 100% all the lists. He got all the rare Final Fantasy trophies. What's up, man? How's it going? Good to have you on the show again.
How are you guys? I'm good. I fucking got the 100% of the endless Ragnarok DLC of Granblue Fantasy Relink, which is no small task. So yeah, you're not wrong. I need help.
My goodness. And this is basically super familiar because we've all been playing a little game called Halo. We've all been on mic. We've been in the party. So this is kind of like an extension of it. When we were playing today, actually, like, I don't know, 5 hours before we recorded today, maybe 3, I was like, you know what, let's just bring Bob in the party. We'll record the party and we'll just play Halo and record the cast.
I would not have been mad about that. We gotta play with Bob some more because he had to work. He had to work like a fucking chump, you know, make a living, be a useful human being. Well, some of us were busy killing brutes over and over
again.
God damn it. Yeah. But it's fine. The game works. It's 100% flawless. Don't worry about it, guys. Everything's fine.
Can't wait to talk all about it. Yeah. We are definitely going to talk about it on this cast. So welcome, everyone. I know you've missed us for last week, and we're here, and we're going to do bi-weekly, I believe. Is it bi-monthly or bi-weekly? I don't fucking know these
Technically
these
bi-weekly.
Terms. Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I thought. So, yeah. Twice a month. Maybe we'll do a spoiler cast here and there. We might still do a First Light. We want to do an Elliot. I don't know. We're gaming a lot. Right?
I forgot. I'm not going to lie to you. I completely slipped my mind. We do need to do that.
There are so many video games out we want to play. August is pretty packed. September is crazy. October is even crazier. We're getting into a season of just a ton of video games. The industry is kind of falling apart, but it's honestly the golden age of video games if you're a gamer and you just want to play the games. So that's what we've been doing. We've been playing the games. That hasn't stopped. And here we are, all of us, for you all to talk about the games, talk about the news, and talk about everything. What's up, Caleb?
You know, rumor has it that the night before Mount Vesuvius erupted in Pompeii, it was the greatest night of their lives. Much like the video game industry. These games are incredible. We're all about to die because every studio is fucked. Which you've heard us be sad about it before. It's just
right.
But at least the games are good right now. The games are killing it.
Great. Yeah, they're great. And
mostly.
I mean, there's let's get into what we're drinking. Caleb, you go first. All the way from Ohio. Do you have a local brew? What do you drink?
I do not have a local brew, but I do have something I wanted to ask you about specifically. Do you know the difference between, if there is a difference between just like a regular sour and a kettle sour?
Yes. Yeah. It's a different brew. It's a different brew process. It's a little more on the craft side, and typically a kettle sour is way more a puckery sour than a regular sour. So it's gonna hit you. It's like a warhead sour.
Well, so I don't even know who does this. it's a peach ale. I'm gonna show you. My lighting isn't really that good. I'm sorry, but I'd never heard of it before. Lisa surprised me with it because I love, like, peaches are my favorite fruit along with raspberries. Like
Heck yeah.
the good fresh stone fruit peach. They're good for like 3 weeks out of the year in Ohio. We usually get them from Georgia, and they're amazing. But that it is my favorite, along with raspberries. So
Beautiful.
she got me this because she saw it at the store and was like, "Let's try it out."
Heck
And
yeah.
she got it for the World Cup final, like that,
Okay.
a week and change ago. So I had one, and I love sours and I love peach.
Me too.
Weirdly, this tastes almost like an IPA, and I'm not a huge fan of an IPA. I don't like the bitter hoppiness at the back end, if that makes sense. And I was going to ask you if a kettle sour made it do that, but
no.
I mean, I like it enough. I'm obviously drinking it again, but it was just a little disappointing that it wasn't more peach flavored and more sweet. However, I do also have a very intense sweet tooth, so
let's get a scientific overview of this. Yeah, no, kettle sours. I've never had a kettle sour. First of all, I've never had a sour that says like ale on it. I mean, there are sour ales, but kettle sour. Every kettle sour I've had has been a very extremely sour beer. Unlike their traditional brethren, kettle sours, like a Goza or Berliner Weiss, brew faster than the traditional method, appropriately labeled quick souring. Not only is it a stainless steel kettle or fermenter used instead of a conventional wooden barrel, but lactic acid bacteria, often lactobacillus, is also pitched to make it a more potent sour experience.
Okay. Was that a Chat GPT, or was that like a Google AI? Like where'd you get that?
Google.
Was it
just Google.
Okay. No, I just wondered. Well, anyway, so that's what I'm drinking. I don't know who makes it. And it's really, really lightly written. I could look it up. Nobody cares. It's fine. It's fine.
So the bitterness at the end, that is what's considered the IBU, the Imperial Bitterness Units. Does it have an IBU count on it? Because
where would
typically
it say that?
On the can somewhere, maybe.
But
usually it's on a brewery wall. But sometimes they have it on the can. Usually you have the ABV on the can. Of course, that's, I think legally they have to put that on there. But
this is 7%.
Okay.
That's
sometimes
the only
they'll do the
number
IBU. The IBU is the higher the number, the more bitter it's going to finish and the more hoppier it is.
Well, here's the entire, it is a kettle sour Berliner Weiss style ale with peach puree, apple, and pineapple juice.
Ooh,
which sounded awesome. And I mean, it's good, but I don't like that added. Really, an IPA might not even be the right term. It's just every time I drink an IPA, it's this same feeling on the back of my tongue that I just don't.
Yeah, it's like licking a tree.
It's how many trees have you licked in your life?
A couple. When I was
a lot of wood.
I know he licks a lot of wood, but the trees I was curious about. So anyway, I'm super excited. It's a big boy, and I'm gonna see if we can capture this. Ready?
Oh,
well done.
Yeah, I am.
That was good.
All that is man. Good. I may have sprayed it on my the microphone, but that's okay.
We heard.
I can't control myself most of the time. And now that I've got two handsome boys in my screen, what chance is there? Anyway, Bob, what are you drinking?
Amazing.
Not a kettle sour. No. I went very basic because we've been going to Cogstone Brewing a lot lately, and they've got a Irish red there that I quite frankly dream about. Like,
that sounds good.
You remember our dad belt that we shared? This is like just a micro couple of steps below a dad belt. It's that good, right? So unfortunately, I can't get it in a can anywhere that I can find unless I get a growler. So I said, fuck it. And I went and got myself the Goat Patch Brewing Red Ale, which is very non-offensive, but it's very still good.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I like red ales. I don't get them often enough, but I very much like a red ale.
You give me a red or a brown, and I'm just like swimming like a fish in the ocean.
In the beer, swimming in the beer. Yeah, I like red ales too. They're sometimes my go-to. And you've had the red from Goat Patch from the tap, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Goat Patch is a nice little brewery. It's attached to a taco shop called Nacho Matrix, and also a really awesome coffee shop and a bread vendor. They make their own fresh bread. It's like a trifecta of amazingness around there. So
that's kind of cool. I bet the smells are wonderful. right?
Oh my God. Yeah. And it's in an old school. So it's amazing. We have a couple of those here. So yeah. I am drinking a local brew as well from Breckenridge Brewery. Breck, of course, is one of the resorts here. I've been to the brewery many times. It's one of my favorite places to go. I snowboard, and it's one of the best resorts in Colorado, in my opinion, all around. Keystone has better runs, but Breck has all around a really cool feel to it. And can't wait, dude. It's like 13 weeks until next season, but who's counting, right? This is one they make a summer themed beer. It's called the Summer Cerveza, and it's a salt and lime lager. It's basically a tastier Corona. I mean, not to bash it at all, but
Sure.
it's a pilsner. Well, it's a lager, but it's a light lager, and it's salt and lime. So yeah, Breck makes some good shit. It's not my favorite they make, but it's good nonetheless.
Will you
so
hold up the can? Can you hold up the can? I want to.
It's a bottle, actually. I would do a cask.
Oh, it's a bottle,
but it is actually a pop top.
Okay, do your best impression of what it sounds like when you pop that top. That was pretty good. If you were on a fucking cartoon.
I don't know.
We're going. I'm telling you, Matt. Come this Christmas, this winter season, I'm going to go to our Class 6. And for people that don't know what Class 6 is, it's the liquor store on base. And we're going to get some real German beers because they come in bottles, but they're not a metal aluminum top. It's a cork that you literally break, and it echoes throughout the house when you break those.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
You came over when I got the German imported Oktoberfest, right? Last fall?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I got a shitload of them. And oh my God, the Germans know how to do beer. I am partially of German descent. So
how dare you?
I know. German, I'm super Irish. So those two, I'm already born a drinker. So
were you raised Catholic?
Yeah, I was, yes.
Okay, well, just the Irish thing. That's the only reason I asked.
Yep.
I know it's all right, okay.
Yeah. So
my mom was too, so I get it.
Interesting. Yeah, I did one of those DNA tests. They have my DNA now. I was super curious about, where I'm from. It's cool to see. So yes, this podcast is all about drinking beer and talking video games, and that's what we're gonna do. So if you're not part of the community, we have a Discord. And we're pretty active on it. We have a Twitch stream. We've been streaming Halo and all the antics and all the crazy things we were up to with 4 Master Chiefs running around the fucking screen. So shout out to also, of course, you, Caleb. You joined us. And, of course, Cyclone Berserk. He's part of the community. And Bobo, Burrito Supreme also. So those two were on the Twitch stream, and man, we were having a bunch of fun. So we're going to talk all about it. You can catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Shapes of Gaming. You can catch us on Discord. We have mild social media presence, but we're working on it. And I hate all that. I just like talking games and drinking beer and like in front of the mic, and I don't like any of the other stuff. So
I have a question for you just before we go too far. Is this Burrito Supreme you're talking about, is this the same guy that needed to be hard carried through 2 missions because he's not good at Halo? Love you, buddy. Just fucking with you. For the record, for people that don't know, Bo is very, very good at video games. So I'm just fucking with him on this recording because it's fun.
I gotta ask, Caleb, are you sure about that? Because isn't this the same Bo that screwed up the legendary Warthog run in the Maw, and I had to fucking save it at the last second?
That's true. That was. I mean, I didn't compare him to the rest of us. I was just saying he's a good gamer, but he ain't no Gladio driver like Bob is. Bob knows how to drive a fucking Warthog. You can drive anything.
I was with you during that, and you came in clutch. I was just witnessing it. I was like, we're not going to make it. Like, dude, with fucking 3 seconds left on that
3
call.
seconds. There's 3 seconds. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was awesome, though.
So,
it was very, very well done. Meanwhile, Bo
This
and I are in the back going, fuck, let's catch up and throw grenades. Which we did, by the way. But yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts.
This is a new segment on the cast called the Bow Bashing segment. It is going to be new. And
bitch.
We love
that
it, buddy.
bitch is seeing Spider-Man. He doesn't get to have joy tonight.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But yeah, if you're not part of the community, hey, Caleb, where can people find us?
Your butt. Shapesofgaming.com. And you can get the Spotify, the YouTube, I don't remember all of the services that exist, but I know that
it's
you
pretty
guys
much
have...
any podcast app. The main ones are YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Yeah. So,
as you would say, or the podcast app of your choice.
Or the podcast app of your choice.
But shapesofgaming.com also has the Discord on there, and you can come on there and tell everybody how much you hate me. You love them, you hate me. Shut the fuck up, Admiral Merps. Let them go. But shapesgaming.com. Pretty simple.
Awesome. Yeah, we're all on there. We have fun, and that's where we put all our announcements too. So, and you can subscribe to the cast. It's free. We don't ask for any money. We just ask for your time. That's the most important resource in your life.
You can send money to me if you guys want.
What's your address? Tell everyone your address. No.
I'm going to make a P.O. box just for this.
Right.
What is this for? This is my income stream from all the listeners that want to pay me. If you pay me more, I will shut up more. How about that? That's a quick way to get rich.
Kind of like the Uber feature, like the Uber feature, shut the fuck up feature. You could pay $5 for them not to talk.
Yes. Man, I really like listening to these guys, but when Caleb's on, God, I would pay more to keep him off. That's your advertising. How do you delete this third wheel from your cast?
I'll put timestamps to skip Caleb's 25-minute stories.
There you go. You don't want that bullshit? Send him $5 and he will allow you to skip it.
Speaking of, do you have any crazy stories for our listeners? I think they're dying to know.
Not really. I mean, there's always something every day, almost always something every day. Today, the weirdest story, I had to go to the bank earlier. It's not that exciting, but there was this old man who was right behind me in line, and he just kept getting like closer and closer. I don't think he meant anything by it. He was just a very old man.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anywhere further forward for me to go. You know, you're waiting by the counter for the next teller, and he just kept scooting up when nobody else was scooting up, and I kept sort of looking over my shoulder like, what's going on? And then I swear it doesn't get creepy. But right when I thought, okay, I need to just move, his phone went off and it was the loudest fucking ringer in the world. And I jumped and both tellers looked at me and asked me if I was okay. And I was like, the phone, it's loud. And I can I be helped? I just like panicked. But that's it. That's the only real super exciting thing today.
Nice. Love it. Banks are so monotonous.
At dinner, there was a waiter who had a Powerline shirt. If you guys remember a Goofy movie from, I think it was 95, 94, 95. Something.
Who the fuck doesn't remember that movie?
I'm old enough to remember that.
Ask Alex if he remembers that movie. I mean, really, maybe he hasn't seen it. Maybe he has. But Powerline, for those of you that don't know, was the musical performer in a Goofy movie. But the dude's shirt was straight up 90s. It was awesome. It was great. So I stopped him and he was walking by and he was like, my man. And he asked me if I knew who Powerline was. And I started citing the words and he was like, I'm going to put that on later. Mm-hmm. Well, Lisa and I are leaving. So put it on for everybody else. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I've just been mad at Halo. That's it. We'll get to that later.
Yep. It's like a love-hate relationship at this point. Anyway, we're not talking about that yet, but we will get all into it. We'll get all up into Master Chief. Before that, news or state of the draft? Which one do we want to do?
News and then state of the draft.
Awesome. Because this is the state of the draft, one of the state of the draft episodes, and we are more than halfway through. But before that, what's in the news, Bob?
Oh, man, you threw me off. I was expecting the state of the draft first.
That's why we did it.
Yeah, but no,
just surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We'll get to that later too.
But yeah, just a couple of small items for this week, or this episode, should I say. See, I'm still confused, Matt. Look at that.
Right?
As we go.
I know. It's like ingrained in our brains. What he's referring to, and if I archive it, I don't know if I can get it, but I fucked up the intro twice. And instead of editing it, we don't edit here. It's unedited. I was like, fuck, because I said weekly podcast. And I was like, let's just redo it. And I've done that twice because it's just ingrained. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast, but no longer weekly. Boo-hoo.
Aw. If you don't like it, go pay $5 to not have Caleb talk.
No, if you don't like it, pay $5 and then pay another $5, and maybe they'll go back to weekly. Because they can afford
it. We're literally going to start a shut the fuck up Caleb Patreon.
Does that money go to me? Because that would be sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course you get a cut of it, just like Bo gets a cut of his Bo bashing session.
Oh, that's okay. I feel like I'm strangely comfortable with this. If a lot of people want me to shut the fuck up and pay me to shut the fuck up, I guess I'll shut the fuck up.
Guess what, Caleb? Spoiler, that was 21 years in the Army for me.
At least you got the battle scars to show it and show that you're a real man.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, the fun news for those that are uneducated, we've got a Zach Krieger Resident Evil movie coming September 18th, and on July 23rd, a little bit after Matt and I were, this would have been last week actually, a new trailer dropped for it. Everybody here, you gentlemen both saw this trailer, right, and looked at it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So Caleb, I have my thoughts, but being the movie aficionado that you are, how are you feeling about this one, man?
I actually think it's going to be very good. I think the hardest part for people is going to be separating themselves from the games enough to like this movie. I can't remember when the first trailer came out a while back. I don't remember if we talked about it on the cast. I know we did in our little group chat, and we had plenty of thoughts. And at the time, the biggest concern was the time difference from the original incident from the games versus what it looks like now. And that I understand the qualms. We will get to how much I understand the qualms of something near and dear to us when we get to the Halo stuff later. But with something like Resident Evil, what I get out of this, the most hypothetical, spoiler-free, because obviously I haven't seen the movie. It's not out yet. I'm okay with this guy and this storyline being just adjacent, just being in the world of, and not being like, hey, here's Jill Valentine, and this is an actress that is like hot right now, and she's forgettable. I don't want that. I don't want them to do that. I want them to do their own thing. And this trailer, this most recent trailer, actually has me more sold than the first one did.
Okay.
It's not really my style of movie. I mean, I'm not a big fan of horror. I'm not a big fan of slasher and thriller stuff like that. I feel like I'm going to be uncomfortable watching this, but I love Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. I absolutely adore Resident Evil. So, and this director is, I'm excited to see what they do. I'm very okay with all the parts. I just hope that the sum is up there or greater. So yeah, I think it's got potential. As far as like box office, I have no idea. Things like Backrooms and Obsession have been fucking killing it this year. So it's, the horror genre, and that is not, it's not going to alienate audiences. The counter to that is, and this is not intentionally shitting on the younger generation, but the younger generation may roll their eyes because it's Resident Evil. They'll be like, oh, that's something from the 90s. I don't care about that. It's not.
Well, they like that.
Sometimes they do, but if it's an established IP, sometimes they are like, ooh, you need to grow up. Like, okay, boomer, that kind of shit. So I hope that they give it a chance, is what I'm saying. I hope, especially if it is good, I want them to give it a chance, because I really, really want movies to succeed. I mean, just like games. I really do. I love the industry. So, so what are your thoughts about it, Bob?
I think I'm with you on that in terms of the younger generation. But I'll get there in a moment. First off, I think this looks amazing. When you're going to do Resident Evil as a movie, do Resident Evil in a name only. And we basically is really what I say. Do something crazy, do something creepy, give it the eeriness, hit it up for a modern audience, and you're going to nail it. Because if I want to see Leon, I'll go play RE9 again. If I want to see Claire again, I'm going to play Veronica next year and hopefully draft it. So let's go ahead and do that. And Zach Greger, I know some of his work, but I'm not ultimately really familiar. So this is kind of be a fresh take into everything that he's done. Because like I didn't see Weapons or anything like that. Like as you guys know, I'm not
Weapons
the
was
biggest
dope.
movie.
Sorry.
I'm not the biggest. I believe you, but I'm not the biggest moviegoer in the world, and that's just a me issue. But I think there is a chance. Yeah, we could. I think there's a chance still that this does good. Maybe not necessarily Backrooms or Obsession.
Probably not. Those were diamonds in the rough that just fucking hit. So,
okay.
Who knows?
Side question: did you finally see Backrooms?
Yes, but not Obsession. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was more interested in Backrooms than Obsession. It just more my thing. And I think one of them's on Peacock now, so I could just watch it at home. But I don't have Peacock, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have Peacock? Hold on.
I used to, but not anymore.
Tell them your password.
We bounce around
the cast.
We bounce our streaming services around because there's only so much time. So why pay for everything if you can't use everything? So we pay for like 2 or 3 at a time, and then we drop one and pick up another. So
the only reason I have Peacock is because both Xfinity and so both my internet and my phone service companies are both like, hey, because you are with us, you get a Peacock subscription. So technically, I have 2 for free.
Shit! Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I digress. The point is, those are psychological thrillers, and they appeal to the younger generation because there's 2 things that Gen Z and younger do not do that us elder millennials grew up with and are known for. One is our heavy drinking. Like that's out the
Clearly.
door. Clearly. Nobody takes down the champ, and this guy was a fucking reigning champion. All right. Secondly, they don't like. It has been reported that sex scenes, so sexualization scenes, make the younger generations uncomfortable. They don't think there's a way to move a plot point forward, which is fine. That's a discussion for another time because I can.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do well. Like a lot of people misstep. It is necessary in certain circumstances, and that I agree because our niece is around that age and she's not a fan either. And I've tried to explain to her like you're allowed to not like something, right? Like I get it. But here is why this works here and maybe not here. And the conversation is kind of what keeps that not creepy. Uncle telling his niece about it, like that probably could be conceived as not okay, but
Yeah, and the reason I say that is, and the reason I ask about Obsession is because that movie, despite the very basis and underlying nature of the DNA of what that movie's really about, which is that the girl's obsession with the guy, I'll let you leave it alone. There isn't that necessarily that kind of material, if you will. And when I look at this trailer, because it's a horror film, and horror films typically have who's the first one to die? The teenagers having sex. That's the way it goes, right? I don't see that here. I see a very dark thriller horror movie, and that has potential to resonate with not only us millennials that love the Resident Evil name, but with the younger generation who don't know the source material.
For sure. Yeah, I'm very happy that it seems like they're just not. I mean, they're going to have stuff in there for us, right? For the fans that have been around forever playing the games and stuff. But my only actual concern with the movie from a gaming perspective to film is Capcom has that magic. How are you going to bring this to a movie when Capcom is not directly involved in like the creative? I mean, I trust somebody who's an actual fan of games and of film to do it right. But I would say the same thing if somebody was making Metal Gear Solid a movie and Kojima wasn't allowed to even talk about it. Like, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? You do not know what makes that magic happen like he does. But film and games are a very different medium, even though they've gotten closer and closer the older we've become. So Yeah, I do agree with you. I think there's so much potential there that has me more excited than anything else. So I know, Matt, I know
Yeah.
you talk about you when they have video game IPs being adapted in any way, you'd prefer them to be animated, and that's fine. That
Yeah.
it's easier to
Yeah.
do the animation in a lot of game stuff and not just jump the shark.
Right.
But do you feel that way about a movie like this that isn't telling the story of Rebecca Chambers, Leon Kennedy, Claire Redfield, Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, etc.? Like, are you happier to be further removed if they're going live action, or do you still like? Do you have
No.
your doubts, or how do you feel?
So I don't have my doubts that it's going to be a good movie on its own because of the director and what we've seen in the trailers, right? I think the success of this movie personally and on an individual level is the expectations you have going in. If you go
Sure.
in expecting a Resident Evil movie like the games and like the previous Resident Evil movies, you're going to be disappointed. If you go in expecting a side story based in the Resident Evil universe, kind of separated from the games, honestly, because it's 2026 it's based in, he said, or 2025.
It's current-ish, but I don't know the
Yeah.
exact year. I
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's all about expectations. When I first saw this trailer, expecting a Resident Evil movie, I liked the first 3 Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich, right? They were good.
I
I
thought the
enjoyed
first
them.
one was the best. I really do,
Yeah,
because they did
absolutely.
different enough.
Then they started, woo!
Yeah. Then they went they
Yeah.
went full dipshit. It just got
Yep.
strange. Yeah.
I like the animated ones. I like Death Island a lot. It was a big fan service movie. Not to spoil anything, but it serviced Resident Evil fans, and it was very ingrained in the universe with the beloved characters. I'm going to go watch this movie. I think we're going to go watch it, and I think it'll be a great movie. I'm not going in expecting anything Resident Evil other than some slight nods. And if I do that, I might be pleasantly surprised with maybe an Act 3, which brings in some characters. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a good movie on its own, separated from anything we know Resident Evil, and it's following an NPC. And going in wanting a Resident Evil movie, you're probably going to be disappointed. But going in looking for a good survival horror movie based loosely in the Resident Evil universe, I think it's going to be great. So,
well, it's interesting because I know this isn't a film podcast, so I will stop after this, I promise. But one of the things that is very, very dangerous when you have established IP and you're translating something that already exists elsewhere, whether it be books, games, even music. If you can't rely on your story without having the other, like the known entities that are fan favorites or fan hated, then what are you even doing? And what I mean by that is it's actually a better example with the Marvel properties. The MCU, when it was crushing it years ago, was crushing it, and a lot of the things were pulled from the comics, right? Not everything. A lot of stuff that they added hit more often than the stuff missed. Thor: The Dark World was not a lot of people didn't like that movie. The things that they established in it, though, were necessary later on. Certain things like Civil War, that wasn't identical to the comics, but the idea came from the comics, and the movie sort of stood on its own 2 feet. Same with Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It was a good movie first, and then it happened to be a superhero movie with Marvel heroes in it. The reason that I'm citing this is what happened in Phase 4 and 5. With the exception of like Shang-Chi and maybe 2 of the Disney shows, like WandaVision, they like got in their own way by just relying on the people that everybody already knew. Like, oh, this is another Ant-Man movie. And it's like, if you took Ant-Man by name out of the 3rd movie, this movie would probably have never been made. like why you can't just say it's Ant-Man so people are going to love it. You could get away with that a little bit with Iron Man because people loved Iron Man so much as a character, but it still didn't make the movies good. Like the first Iron Man is still, to this day, I think one of the best Marvel movies ever made.
Agreed.
My personal
and
favorite
the original
is
Avengers.
yeah, it's like it's my favorite of the movies, but the best in my opinion is Winter Soldier because it was a great movie first that also had superheroes in it, not the other way around. And what Marvel has become since then, pre-Doomsday, for people that may be listening to this late,
Mhm.
was just they relied on that old stuff. And when you adapt something from a video game or from a book, it's the same way. If it's not
Yeah.
going to work with the story you wrote without these other characters, then you might as well just rehash the same old shit, because it's a waste of time. And so
Right.
that's my only real concern about this. And the fact that, as you said, in Resident Evil, he's basically an NPC. I think that's one of the most perfect decisions that could have been made to make this movie successful. And I hope that we're not wrong about that. I really do.
So I agree with you partially. I do think if you adapt a game series to a TV show or a movie, don't tell the same fucking story the game did. Okay.
Mhm.
Just tell your own story, but give us familiar characters. That is where I'm at. That's my like perfect rendition of adaptations from video games to film or TV. Don't tell the same story. Tell a different story, but with one of your beloved characters you like. An NPC, I'm going in not
the
expecting.
difference that I'm saying is you can't rely on them. Like if Leon's in the movie and he's done well and he serves a purpose that isn't just, hey, look, there's Leon. That's what I'm talking about. You
It's
can't
hard to
just
do.
throw them in there and be like, they're gonna love it because there's this dude that everybody loves.
Yeah,
no, if
you don't
Leon
rely on
shows
him.
up, if he shows up, or if Jill shows up, or somebody we know, Barry shows up, and they're fine, they're not just shoehorned in there.
Yeah,
great. Then all the better, because you understood the assignment.
Oh,
but if you
tell
just
a good
say
story, that's
like
priority.
if you have a fucking camera cutaway to be like on the phone, well, let's ask the rookie, and then they look over and Leon is just like, hi, my name is Leon Kennedy, and he like suplexes someone. That's just fucking stupid. But if he shows up for 5 seconds as like a background character that we know, it doesn't take away from the movie, because you have fans of the series, and then you have newcomers that are like, that guy was cool, who's that? Instead of, oh, I know who that fucking guy is, because they don't ever let him stop. That's all I'm saying. Like, you take Lord of the Rings, you take Game of Thrones, any of the big IPs, what happened? Sure. They stayed to the source material most of the time in a Game of Thrones, and it worked. When they didn't, and they just relied on, well, everybody loves this character, let's have them just be in every scene and have nothing to do in the last season. Like that is just not the way to do it, in my opinion. I mean, I'm no Roger Ebert or anything, but
priority always is good writing, good story, good direction, and then beloved characters in there. But the priority is always make a good movie, and then so
tell me a story. It starts with tell me a story. What if? What if this thing? Yeah.
I just hope we see some familiar faces. In this last trailer, there were a lot of Leo pointing moments, like Resident Evil, right? And there were a couple in there, little nods, right? So I think it's going to be a great movie. But I'm not going to go in expecting what we've had prior film adaptation or expecting anything on the level of the games. So
it's a lot harder to do than people understand. Like, it really is, because it's just, well, I mean, you have a medium that's about interaction as much as it is about the narrative and stuff. I mean, in these kind of games. So when you take that away, I mean, you guys remember the Doom movie, right? Like with The Rock.
The Rock.
I'm not. I actually, from a film perspective, it's not good. It's not. But as like a gamer, I liked the first person shot that they did, where he's going around. I was like, this is cool. You're trying very hard. But the movie didn't really matter ultimately. And I mean, not to say it wasn't fun, because I had fun watching it. But again, that's an adaptation from a medium that I love to another medium that I love. Versus if you took the Doom characters out of that and released that movie, it would be like, what is the fucking point of this movie? Like, it doesn't really work on its own. So that's the key.
Right.
I thought Bob looks like he wants to yell at me, though. Are you a huge fan of the Doom movie?
No. God, I never even watched it, because I knew that was going to be a fucking atrocious nightmare. I know better. No, I'm thinking, because you said you're talking about transitive media, so going from movie to game, whatever. Sorry, my ADHD brain. So this is a Resident Evil movie based off of the Resident Evil game franchise, which was originally inspired by another video game that most people might have heard of, called Sweet Home on the NES, which was based off of the movie Sweet Home that released into Japan in the fucking 80s. So
Full circle.
Full circle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia.
That's why we have him here, right? The guy knows his shit.
Absolutely.
I know the game, but the Sweet Home, I've never played it. Have you ever played it?
I never played it, but I've seen plenty of gameplay. I think it's something that if I ever get my chance to play, I'd really be interested in doing. Because it's a I'll sell it to you guys. It's a Resident Evil game, so it takes place in a single mansion, like a single facility, if you will, like the first Resident Evil, where you're fighting supernatural creatures and stuff like that, with emphasis on inventory management.
Okay,
heavily. But here's the twist: it's an RPG, a turn-based RPG.
Oh damn! Now I'm there.
And party members can straight up die, and they're dead.
Interesting. Okay.
That's the game that we need remade today. Like that sounds fucking awesome now. That sounds really good. So I never played the original, but I did watch the sequel, Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh my god. With hit actress Reese Witherspoon.
And on that note, let's move on from the film stuff.
Oh, thanks, gentlemen. I knew that one. This next one, it's going to be two stories. We're going to combine them because they both cover a similar subject. So I'll bring these both together. But we were getting ready, Matt, and then to play Halo last week. We went ahead and we'll get into that later. But we got. Unfortunately,
we got in many ways.
In many ways. Unfortunately, on July 24th, shortly after you and I finished up for the evening, PlayStation Network services went down. People were unable to play their digital games, and it reached services. They weren't able to hit purchases. It eventually resolved itself, but this was like a almost 12-hour outage. Then that Monday, on July 27th, the day before early access on Halo ends, the Xbox network has a complete outage, and almost, and including disc-based games weren't working, which we could touch on as well. So this one went for like 18 hours, and unlike the PlayStation one, which was partially affected by an AWS issue, I say partially. The Xbox one appears to be completely internal. So, gentlemen. How are we feeling about that all digital universe coming up here in the future?
Oh my god!
Well, I have to ask you. I'm going to answer your question with a question, just to clarify. Is this the same Sony that's killing discs, or was this a different Sony network that was down? I need to be sure because I don't want to attack the wrong fucking stupid company whose fucking heads are so far up their own assholes that they can't even get this basic ass thing right.
This was the PSN itself. Oh, and by the way, here's the kicker. The outage happened the same time that the Marvel Token open beta kicked off.
Cool. That's a great sign for the future that we're going to live in, gentlemen. Although I do have to say, like, in all seriousness, I didn't realize that Microsoft was having disk-based problems too with this outage. I didn't know. I only knew that it was both of them were out on separate days. I didn't know the disk was an issue
because their discs are license.
Yeah.
Basically just the license key or key game card, like the Switch.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it looks like the licensing between the console and the actual services were broken, so it weren't able to play. I unfortunately don't know enough about Xbox and how you can work around that, because on PlayStation you can set your console as a primary, and that fixes the local play issue, but it doesn't fix things like, I don't know, the Marvel Token beta that was happening.
Yeah, it's interesting because I know, like, back in the day, in the PlayStation 1, for those of you that remember mod chips, I was that guy that, like, I modded my own PS1, not because I was a criminal. It was more out of curiosity, like, how does this work? I want to know. And so how the mod chip worked, though, at least in the first and second gen PlayStation, the OG PlayStations, all it did, if you modded the motherboard with this mod chip, it skipped that license check for an authenticated disc. So if you had a burnt copy of a game and you put it in your system, it was still the game. And the mod chip just let the boot up process skip that license check just to make sure it was authentic. So it was, I mean, as far as like a tech thing, it was brilliant because it was all local. So it's like, if you get around that, That's fantastic. You obviously can't do that on this with internet stuff when everything is being checked online. However, with the PlayStation 5, the fact that we can choose a primary and have a secondary system and have the local stuff, that I do think that that's necessary to move to the all digital future. And it's even more clear based on these last two outages. Like, how can you excuse that today? I just don't understand how you can excuse that when you bought these games and you paid for them. That is, I mean, we talked about that before for a long time, but the fact that this happened back to back with both Sony and Microsoft is, I think Nintendo was sitting there and just like Mr. Burns rubbing his hands together. We're just like, excellent. This is excellent for us. Everybody jump to the Switch.
I will say this, Caleb. That's the difference between you and I. Two different engineering minds. You soldered a chip onto your PlayStation board so you could bypass that check. I was the guy that learned that you could just put a toothpick in the CD tray and it held the tray down because the check only happened on boot up when the tray was closed. So if you put a toothpick, you put in a legitimate game, it checks, says you're good. You then rip the disc out, put in your burned one, and then it launches.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's absolutely true. But yeah, I definitely went a little bit more insane with it, but it worked, right? We both got to do our shit, so I do not condone like the theft and the piracy from back when you could actually own stuff. However, now fucking go nuts, everybody. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't theft. I will stand by that. I don't care. I don't, if this is the future we have, fuck them. Sorry, I'm not ruined your podcast, but I'm not into it either. But if they're gonna go
ruined, you enhanced it. I'm not into it. I'm playing a pirate game now. I'm in a pirate mood, man. Mm-hmm. Not a pirated game, okay? A pirate game. Good. Assassin's Creed 4. I'll talk about it. Yeah, I just think it's ironic that they announced this all digital future that relies on the fucking network for the license key check-in, which I like I said on the last cast, we went into a tangent. I think this digital future can work. I'm not for it personally. I don't want it to happen, but if they can get like the licensing and the ownership nailed down and maybe like an offline play somehow. But this is just ironic that they announced the all digital future that relies on a network at this point, and then both the networks went down. I mean, PSN was down for what, 8 fucking hours? Like,
I think you said 12.
It was 8 to 12. Yeah. If PSN is down and you own a digital game, it can't check in and you can't play that fucking digital game. During one of the PSN outages, I had Assassin's Creed Valhalla, digital and physical. I was playing the game and it went down, tried to boot up my digital, didn't work. I dusted off my physical copy, put in the disc, it read the update file, boom, I was in. I was playing offline. Without that option, and I think there should be the option, then we're kind of fucked. And it's a dark future for video games, a digital-only future. Just give us the option. Give us the fucking option. I'm not going to go on a tangent on this.
Right. No, you're right. We're in for the dark future for that.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Matt. We've discussed that ad nauseum, right? But the key thing here to remember is this: people. We had both sides, the physical people and then the digital only folks, and they're going back and forth, and everybody's pointing the finger, but not stopping to realize whether you're digital or physical or whatever in between. The PSN going down, even if your PlayStation is your primary console, it allows you to play your games locally if you're going to play Adventures of Elliot or AC Black Flag. But PlayStation depends. Most of its revenue, over half of its revenue every year, is from key titles that are online only. NBA 2K, Call of Duty, Roblox, and fucking, what's the other one? Fortnite.
Those are say, don't make me say it, Bob. Don't make me say Fortnite.
As he says it 3 times.
But no, I can't say it 3 times because it'll appear in front of me. I'm not doing it.
But yeah, those are critical. And then being as a guy who's worked in and around data centers, I'm not going to get into that conversation about whether we should have them or not. I'm just going, folks, How the fuck do you screw it up this bad? If you have hardware or software failures, you have backups. You have that stuff on standby. It comes in a fast beat. If you had somebody push a code that then fucks things up and screws DNS and brings down the services, that's a resume generating event. You do things, you test it, you then put it into development, then you test it again in development before you put it into production. What the fuck are we doing, folks?
I don't know.
Well, the other aspect of this is because you've got people that would say, "Oh, the system's down. Just go outside and touch grass," and like that's fair. Whatever. We're always going to have those conversations, but that's not the point. The point is there's literally nothing you can do about. Like if your car breaks down right now, and it's going to be inconvenient. You're going to be late to work. You can't go to the store. You can't do what you need. You can call somebody and have them fix it if you can't fix it yourself. You can call AAA. There are other alternatives for you. If I realize that it's not the same thing for most of you, but if your PlayStation dies because of this, if it's fine, but the outage happens and you had one day off and that was the day that you were going to do your thing, you paid for it, you want to spend your time how you want to spend your time. It's just a simple matter of inconvenience. It's only there for them to get richer and for you to be inconvenienced, so that their lives are better. Them being the corporate overlords. That's where the crux of my problem is that. Because who cares if I want to sit in my underwear and do nothing for 10 hours or play a game or play tennis or go to the store? That's my prerogative as a person. When you take away my free will for something that I bought and paid for, and it's just, you're just fucked. And that's the thing that sucks. Yes, I would be fine. Yes, I would go outside. Yes, I would go for a walk, hang out with my wife, whatever. But that's not why it's a problem. The problem is it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be that way in the first place.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody told you you're only allowed to eat these 5 food items for the rest of your life. Like it's similar to that where it's like, oh, I guess I have to because that's all there is. Instead of being like, I don't like onions. I would rather have broccoli. Like that. Right. You have that choice right now. And we are not going to. I know, but yeah. Well, I actually like broccoli more than onions because heartburn and I'm old. But no, it really is. That's the thing that sucks. It's really just the fact that it's taking away something and we're not getting anything from it. Like there's no gain to this.
Right. It's taking away freedom of choice, and that's not good. Yeah.
So, if you're only going to speak money, all I'm saying is, if I was the CEO of Arc System Works, I'd be calling fucking Herman Holst and Hiroki Totoki Literature Club and going, "You just fucked us. How are you going to fix this?" I'd be having those conversations.
If I were them, I'd call Disney from Marvel and be like, "Hey, can you guys fix this?" and go yell at them because you're bigger. Disney would probably be "The fuck?" So that's just how I would approach it. But I'm a piece of shit, so I fight dirty if I ever fight anybody.
I mean, they could spin this and make more money. They could give us physical editions with maybe a booklet, charge us $20 extra, and we would fucking buy it. I would buy a physical version of a game for an extra $10-$20 with a straight up manual, like booklet, straight from PlayStation Direct. Fuck yeah, I'd be all about that. I don't buy a lot. Well, compared to casual gamers, I buy a lot of games, but I'm picky about my games, and I usually pick about 2 titles a month. And if they gave me the option to have like a premium edition, I would rather have that. I don't want that, right? I would rather have that than to eliminate the option entirely, right? Sure. I know you'd do it, Caleb.
Yeah, I would. I know that that's not the future we're going to get, as much as I would love that to be the case. But it's just, if you're going to do this, you have to do it right. And the past outages, the timing could have been better for us. Like if they announced this early July and then 2 days later it went down, it would have just been like, it was just long enough for some people to forget because they'd shown the new Wolverine trailer, the gameplay stuff, and they showed the 2 other games that were like, oh, okay. And then this happened and people were like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was bad timing on their part, but I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened again because they need to be held accountable. They won't be. Right. People will still do it and be fine with it, but we can try our best. So Anyway,
Right.
was there any other news on that front, Bob? Or
Not on that front, but we got one small item left
Okay.
for folks out there. Mostly, this is a selfish one because I'm fucking excited, even though I'm not excited about the release date. Yesterday, we got the reveal trailer and date for Neo 3's first DLC, the Hell Rising. This is coming August 19th. I'm sorry. This is including some additional weapons, some new bosses, new arenas, the whole gambit. If you have the season pass, it is already going to be included. But yes, expect to see this August 19th. I'm excited. I know Matt is. Did you played Neo 3, right, Caleb, or no?
I didn't. I actually just watched you guys because it came out and I just did not have time. I mean, it looked great, ran great. You guys had. I liked Matt's videos of him running in and just dying immediately, and then you and Bo saving his, but it was a good time. It's a great experience. And when I saw this trailer, I was like, fuck, I really should get it. But it's a wonderful time to release. Jesus.
It's a really wonderful game. So maybe next year you can get to it. I know we're doing this, right?
Very fun co-op, Caleb. Very fun. But it is a time commitment. Absolutely, we're fucking doing this. We're probably going to wait for the DLC to stack up a little bit, and maybe the last DLC will release in not a clusterfuck of other games and releases. But yeah, Neo is such a good time with friends for sure. And we had a blast. So I'm very excited for this DLC. It looks like it's going to be releasing or introducing a lot of cool new mechanics. So I'm excited. What's up, Caleb?
Didn't Neo 2 have 3 DLCs?
Yeah.
So I feel like Neo 3 will probably also have at least 3 DLCs.
Probably.
And I'm seriously not trying to put a negative spin on this, but in all sincerity, the 3rd DLC will probably come out right around the time we're going to lose physical discs. And depending on how the world looks at that point for us gamers, maybe then you guys can play it because you'll be like, fuck it, I'm not playing anything new because I won't own it. I mean, that's a real concern. So
it is,
because that's only a year and change away. So I could see them releasing DLC number 2 next spring, and then DLC number 3 the following fall or winter. I mean, really, that's probably what it's going to be. But it does look really good. It does. I think. Yeah. You guys are going to have a great time whenever you get to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this, the how long to beat on Neo 3, because I thought about it because we completed it in like a week, Matt, and it's a 60-hour completion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we put in some extra time, and the polls on how long to beat, the fastest time on PC was 20 hours. The slowest, 138 hours and 54 minutes.
Jesus.
What's the average how long to beat for Neo 3? To completion, platinum. 60?
Yeah, no. Yep. Right around the 60 mark.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you guys, what your playtime was for Neo 3?
Yeah.
Around
around 60.
Yeah.
So,
cool. But
that's not terrible. It's not like you're John Desert. Okay. Just saying.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the game I'm probably going to go to now again
100
until Beast comes out.
Right. How many hours are you in? Like 100 hours and got like 8% trophies?
I think it's 100 hours. But it is very, very deceptive because I think I said this before. I haven't looked up a list of trophies.
Good.
But I do know of the ones that I popped, it's been like I've done all the things the game wanted me to do with a weapon. Mm-hmm. Or I've done all the things that the game wanted me to do in a sub category of something like mini games or horsepower, whatever the fuck it is. So I've worked on a lot of other things too. So I feel like I'm not even halfway through the story. I know how many chapters are in it, and I'm just like, oh my God. Jesus. The only reason I stopped wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it. They just kept coming up with new patches and new content and new things, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait and just let them like finish some things, but they just keep giving us new shit. But yeah, I think if I sat down and just tried to finish the story, I don't think I would have that much longer left. Maybe 15 to 20 hours based on what I know about this game. But to platinum it, fuck, I don't know. 300? I have no idea. I have no idea. But I also got Endless Ragnarok, and that was I just really wanted to play it, and that was probably another 100 or so hours I put into it.
Damn,
that was a great DLC. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, it's a straight up expansion. It was so fucking good. It was really, really fun.
Holy shit. That's nuts.
It was nuts. It was D's nuts. This is crazy. Yeah.
Got him. Got him. Never mind. I'm looking up this Crimson Desert. Oh my God.
Don't tell him. Let him be surprised.
Oh, go ahead. I don't really care. It's
okay. Completionist is 258 hours.
I better get going then.
Wow.
Good Lord.
I'll be doing the same thing here shortly, so I get it. I'm with you.
You should stream it. You should stream it. Just silently stream it. I'll tune in and watch. I won't comment, but I want to check it out. Yeah.
The worst part is going to be because it's been a few months since I've gotten to play. They patched it like 20 times. Yeah. I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to die immediately and be like, I don't remember how to play. I remember what I'm doing because I have a stupid memory for that stuff. But remembering how to play, I'm just be like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, that's going to be us with Neo and us, you and I, Caleb and Bo with Monster Hunter. Because I mean, it's not a pick up and play. Neo is not a pick up and play. And so
Monster Hunter Ascendance is going to be hard. So we're going to go in and we're all going to die immediately. Bob, that reminds me, you dual blade motherfucker, you need to play Monster Hunter with us. I forgot that you had played it a little bit, and then you just pissed off and played like Vampire Survivors or some shit, and you never came back. We need to do the rest of Monster Hunter with you and play the expansion when it comes out next year. For real, like it's a lot of fun, and we're all different. Well, Bo is a dual blade, right?
Bo's dual blades,
blade. So you guys can be up, hitting the monster in its fucking face. I'll be flying around like an asshole and having butterflies rip through its innards while Matt's just in the back cowering like a bitch.
No, I'm on the perimeter his bow, shit up.
His bow usage is quite good and fun to watch. So you need to join us.
Buddy.
As soon as Matt gets around to fucking finally playing Doom the Dark Ages Revelation.
I will. I'll play that this year. I own it. I bought it. It's on sale for $10. If you don't have Doom the Dark Ages Revelations DLC, there's a sale on it, $10. Crazy. 2 weeks out. It's already 50% off. You don't see that. So
R.I.P. id.
Yeah. But Bob, yes. Sort of. Caleb is right. You need to join us. You can change your weapon if you want. If you don't like that play style, you can change it. And there's 15 other weapons that you can try out. But we would love to have you. And we put 125 hours into Wild's base, and then you put another 50.
I probably put another 80. I did all the stuff, all the new festivals, and I did the Final Fantasy crossover with Omega Weapon, which was fucking rad. It was hard though, and then after that, I was like, I need to stop. I need to play other things. I mean, I had it in between. I would do that for like a day or two, play another game, and then I'd come back to Monster Hunter because it's great. It really is. You should try the Gunblade, Bob. I think. Well, it's not like Squall Leonhardt's Gunblade, but it's got a shield.
Fuck. You got me hard for a minute.
I know, but it's basically a big ass blade that you can also shoot, and it's a shield user, sword and shield type thing. But you can do these clash things with monsters, and I mean that's the most Gladio shit ever. You got to fucking do it. You got to try it. Just see if you like it.
Or the long gun even. He could just be ranged.
You could
because I'm the Gunblade's peak.
All right,
that's my second weapon.
If I can find some time, it'll be there. I have made the commitment to where I'm not like. There's a couple of no shit. I'm getting them this year. And touching them. Ooh, kind of games like Revelations or Resonance. 100%. Everything can fuck off. I don't care. That's one of them, right? So there'll probably be time because Bob is just sailing the seas, if you will. Not Black Flag, but I'm just kind of sailing the seas and enjoying and just roaming and enjoying and going, oh, that looks like a fun game to play, and just getting lost.
Hey,
dude,
Bob,
that's the way to go. It really is.
You'll make time for your friends. The real treasure is the friends we made along the way.
Let's hold Halo Remix hostage until he agrees to play Monster Hunter.
Oh, you think I won't do Remix by myself?
Yeah, you'll do it by yourself. It's actually quite easy.
It's easy.
It's super easy.
Wait, it's easy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember Mr. Sweating it out over there.
Not for remix.
Easier.
No, Matt was.
Oh, Matt. Yeah, no, remix is fucking cake. I did it with no mods half the time. It's really not a big deal at all.
Yeah,
so it was nice.
No worries. But yes, that's all there is for the news. I'm going to hand it off to Caleb for State of the Draft as I go take care of something for the family real quick. Take it away, buddy.
State of the Draft.
Draft. All right. So this is going to be a hoot and a holler. The update for Fantasy Critic, the draft, the way it works, the quick overview. We drafted some games at the beginning of the year. We've been bidding on other games throughout the rest of the year. And most of us have pretty much settled on our draft list as far as games. Some of us because we can't afford to buy, to bid other games with the fake money. But other reasons, it's just like, why would we change it when we're pretty happy with the way things are going with our drafts? And that includes people that got totally screwed for bad reasons and totally screwed in the other way for good reasons, which we will get to in a moment.
A good screw. A good screw-in.
A good screw-in for you guys, maybe. Fucking Halo. Anyway, totally deserved, by the way. We'll get there. But that's how it works. Points are added based on the reviews from OpenCritic, if reviewers do their jobs and review them. And then once the points are totaled by the end of the year, person with the most points wins. So we had a total of 15 games per person this year, and we're over halfway through the year. So this is just your normal draft update. So we're going to start at the very bottom of our draft list, not by caliber, but just by the way it's listed on this, the way that we picked games, which with this would be with Mason and his league name. This is an Xbox and why it sucks, which boy, was that appropriate at the beginning of the year. Big fan. He actually did not have anything else release this month. So no real updates for him.
Womp womp.
And the counter pick that he has not been released yet either. So I'll do point totals at the end. So nothing new for Mason. Next, we're going to go to Bob Leon Lionheart with his new league name, Discless Herman Holst, which is like 10 out of 10. I love it. He had, I want to say, you have 2 releases. It was Doom the Dark Ages Revelations DLC, which fucking destroyed. It
did.
Oh, it actually dropped to an 89. I mean, it's still awesome. It's still awesome as a DLC.
Yeah, it's still good.
That's fantastic. It was at a 90 for a while. So he ended up getting 19 points for that. Excellent. Interestingly enough, he had that. He dropped it, and then he picked it back up. So he believed in it. We just didn't know if it was coming out. He finally got, he needed to make another space for it, and he did, and that was a very, very wise decision. Another one that he had drop just last week before?
Yeah, it was the first week of July.
Oh, first week. It was July. That's right, July 9th. Which, as his competitor, obviously it's like, yay. You don't want him to score as many points. But it really sucks. I think I'm more excited that it didn't do well because he was being a cheeky little fuck with his game pickups. And he was hoping to pull the rug out under some people. And he kind of played himself. But it wasn't a bad pickup. It really was. The reviewers were not kind to this game, and I didn't play it. I played. I'll just tell you, it's it's EA Sports College Football 27. This is one of those now yearly releases. They started again in 25, I believe. And it had been out gone for 15 years. It hadn't existed for quite a while.
Yeah,
so
like that.
They brought it back, and the first one in recent history in 25 was very good. Last year's was also very good. Now, the problem with this is, for those of you that game, this, sometimes when you just iterate on the same basic game premise, it starts to lose its luster. It turns out, I think that it was mostly the fucking pay mechanics more than anything else. The gameplay, the core gameplay is good. It's just the pay mechanics were too in your face this time. EA got too greedy with it. Bob, your thoughts, because let me just say the score real quick. It came out and it was lower than this. When it came out, it was at a 74. It has creeped up. It is now at a 78. So he's gotten 8 points for it. It's creeping towards that 80, which is a little bit of a magic number for a solid release especially when you're bidding. Your initial draft, the first couple are usually really good, and then the next are like, who knows? But when you bid on things, those are really what kind of make or break the draft, in my opinion. And Bob has been killing it with his bids until this EA Sports. So that 78, how do you feel, Bob, as a person who picked it up?
I'm a little disappointed. I'm glad. So I will say I'm glad to see that it went back up, and I'll get back to why I think that is. Secondly, I'm a little disappointed because this is the lowest in the scoring in the series, which is unfortunate because it's an annual thing. The fans that love this series, and they don't fucking care about anything else really. So that's what I was really banking on. The score came back up because EA did reverse. They didn't necessarily say they're reversing course, but they realized that they admitted they made a faux pas, a fumble, if you will. Pardon the football pun.
Nice.
With the monetization, because the monetization doesn't matter. Don't care.
Get good.
Get good, son. No, the monetization is only to the road to glory. So the way this works is, for those that don't know, it is you just doing coaching, if you will, and then as you play the game, there's a RPG mechanic, and you earn experience, and that makes the person better, and goes on and on. You could set the progression level to slow or really high, so that way there was some accessibility options. The problem is EA put a paywall behind the really fast progression pacing, and that kind of soured the reviewer's experience. Sure. But if you go and talk to people who play this game, it doesn't matter because this is the only thing they play. When you pay EA $70 for EA Sports College Football, and then you pay them another, I don't know how much the thing was. I think $100. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I don't know. I think $100 sounds right, but I'm not sure.
You combine those together, that's less than what you and I spend in like 3 months on the PlayStation Network. Ultimately, that's what I was banking on. It kind of blew up on my face, but hey, at least it's kind of climbing. We'll see how things go from there.
And I mean, it didn't get a sub 70. It didn't lose you points. It's just like in your case, you're still in really, really good shape. You have some excellent games and excellent point values on here. It's really just an unfortunate because we're going to get to that with me, and we will get into it in much greater detail with how I got fucked this month. Not by anything anybody did, but just by an unexpected whatever. And that's fine. I personally think I came out ahead of where I should be based on my feelings of the game.
Yeah,
so
you did.
We'll talk to that later. But it is, at least it's positive points. That's the way you got to look at it. Every point matters. You're still probably going to break that 200 mark, even if only by like a point. It's going to be close. But Tokon is going to come out and it's going to slap, dude. Tokon is going to be so fucking good. You have nothing to worry about there.
I'm looking at it, and projected points right now for me is 200.9 points. Marvel Token is projected for 16, which I don't think that's the case. And Xenoblade 2 is projected for 4, which releases tomorrow. There's no way in hell that game's getting a 74. That's
no. You're going to crack 200, dude.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I mean, the original, I felt was underscored when it first came out because it was very good, but I think it got like a low 80s, something like that.
Yeah, it got like an 83 or 82, and this one, I've looked at the previews, spoiler alert, they cleaned everything up, and all of the problems people had with the original game appear to be solved. So this is probably going to hit 85, 87.
Yeah, and I think that the original release deserved an 86 to an 87. Those honestly was I did not like 2 as much as I liked 1, but I didn't dislike it. I just 1 to me was so good and so new and fresh and it was great. But 2 was a great time too. It was just clunkier and messier because it was running on potato hardware. But it was still fun and really well made. So yeah, if they fix this with Xbox or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Bob's bullshit, the subtitle, you're gonna be fine. It's not gonna get a fucking 74. You're gonna be fine. But those were the only things that you had this month, and technically, like you said, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 drops tomorrow. There are no reviews for it yet that I have seen, at least on an Open Critic. So we'll just talk about that next time. I think at the very least, there's no way that thing gets below an 80 unless it's just broken. And I don't see it releasing in a state like that, unlike some of these other games that we're going to talk about in a minute. Now, last time on the draft, we touched on Rhythm Heaven Groove, which Matt Neocharge and his league name Final Nova. Rhythm Heaven Groove technically wasn't out yet. And do you remember what it was sitting at when we talked about the last cast?
I think like an 85 or something like that.
I was going to say, I know it was low 80s, but it settled at an 83. Like I personally, I thought it was in 85 or 86. I do not remember exactly. So it dropped a little bit, but 83 is great. That's a great score for that kind of game. It really is.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's only a small update. It didn't happen. It happened over the course of this month, but Star Fox dropped to an 82 from an 83, which is a surprise.
Still happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting a little more from that one.
Yeah.
Anything double digits, I can't be mad about. So, yeah.
It's just, I feel like the game deserves more than that, personally.
Oh, I agree.
Especially a game that we're going to talk about on mine in a minute. Like, when you compare that, it's like, really? But the other game, the big boy that you were really, really excited for this month and turns out to be pretty fucking good, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. It has settled. It came out at what, an 87? It was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
and then it dropped
88,
to an 80,
I think.
It dropped to an 84.
Yeah.
And that's still great. Like, it's still a great game. I'm a little
Yep.
surprised that it dropped as much as it did, though, because I've heard
Me too.
nothing online other than good things from people.
It's
People love
fantastic.
this. They say it's a really, really fun. I'm talking like not reviewers, like just the players. And we've talked about it many a times this year that a lot of reviewers' heads are up their asses. But this sort of seemed to be beloved by all. So these later reviews that came in and dropped the score is a little bit of surprise to me. My question to you, Matt, as a person who A, has been playing it, B, had been following it more, not only as a fan, but as a draft person. Do you know, have you seen the reviews that have dropped the score? Have they said why? Have there been performance issues for them? Have they just been like, I hate pirates, I hate fun, I hate joy? Like, what have they said? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
No idea. I'm not reading them. I love the game. It's a beloved game.
Fuck them, right? Yeah.
Fuck them. Yeah. I'm having a blast with it. It stays pretty true to the original. It invokes that nostalgia. It reminds me of why I love the game in the first place, and it's gorgeous at that. So I'm having a blast. I'm going to platinum it probably sometime in the next 3 days, and I don't really give a fuck what everyone else is saying.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to the club. I stopped caring a while ago. These assholes, and it doesn't even have anything to do with the draft. It really doesn't. It's just,
I know
this game is so good, and I mean, what more do you want? What do you want it to be that would bump it up even more? You know? Do you want to say something, Bob?
I was going to say, you know what it is? It is the way the review process is done, and we'll get into it with your game that released this month, because I have some thoughts of why it settled where it settled.
Okay. Good to know.
Most people just do surface level. They do whatever it takes to get that shit out the door. And that's what it was, without really engaging with it. And then in their defense, Black Flag, how many hours do you have in it?
I think I'm sitting at like 67 at this point.
That's not bad.
Why would you say it? Why would you say it?
It is. That's right. I'm gonna look right now. I'm pretty sure I'm sitting at 67.
Well,
damn it.
The point that was beautiful. The point is 67. All right, that could be done in a week. But
never mind. 63. Okay.
Nah, you said 67, and I will not hear anything else.
63 hours is doable. Shit, I did that in a week with Matt playing Neo 3.
Well, especially, and the thing is, it's clobbering time. The thing about this is, it is literally your job to review things for the masses. I know that it's a hard job. I'm not saying that they have an easy job, because when you're given, for all the great games that come out, they have to review a lot of shit that we've never heard of, because they just never make it that fun. I get it. It's not an easy thing. Part of the reason I would love to be a reviewer, the only thing I would hate about it is that I would not necessarily be allowed to play what I want. You know, like if I was working for some outlet somewhere who was saying, you want to play Beast of Reincarnation, but instead you get to play Chad Masturbates in the funeral for Steam. Like, I'm not going to fucking do that. So that is a hard, difficult thing to do. But when you do get to play the good stuff, and the bad stuff. Your job is, that's what your job is. You have to do that. And so I'm right in the middle when I get angry. Well, I'm not in the middle. I'm actually angrier with reviewers now because I do think they're lazier than they used to be. Like back in the days of Colin and Greg, those two fucking had, even if you disagreed with them, their review process was excellent. They were gamers first and reviewers second. And you could tell because they were fans. Even of the bad stuff, they would say, look at all the work that went into this game. Not for me, but this game is scored X, Y, and Z. And that to me is just missing now. Save two people that reviewed my game that we're talking about in a minute. Those people are the only two that actually fucking did their jobs. Damn it. But as far as that for Matt's draft, 84 from Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is still solid. Very good. 14 points, solid game. Highly recommended if you guys are interested at all. Yes, Black Flag it's my second favorite Assassin's Creed. It's Matt's first, so hell yeah, pretty damn good. If we say so ourselves, right? Moving on. We've got me. I had two changes to my draft, not like drops and pickups or anything, but two scores that applied. We will start with the good one first that is going to make Bob hate me and everybody else hate me. But it had to be manually scored because, as we talked about before, some of these DLCs, some of these games are just not being reviewed. And we had all agreed at the beginning of the year when there was the whole kerfuffle with the early access and all that shit, if there were reviews done by people on OpenCritic, we would have to manually score it just in the interest of fairness. And this affected everybody. It's annoying and probably not going to happen next year, which is totally fine. I condone that, even though it would affect me now. But I get it. Yeah. I just, the rules are fair. And as long as we establish it up front, that's fine. Right. So with this, I had bid on Deltarune Chapter 5. I won Deltarune Chapter 5. Bob and Bo had bid on it as well. And there were only 8 total OpenCritic reviews that came out, and 4 of them were unscored. Now, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that they didn't feel like slapping a fucking number on there, which makes no goddamn sense when every other DLC got scores. That's the problem. That's the only problem that I really have is like, you went through the work and you just didn't do the very last thing you need to do. I'm confused. That's literally what your job is. But I also got very lucky because the game scored incredibly well from the 4 reviews that actually got scores. It averaged above a 93. So I ended up getting 27 points from Deltarune Chapter 5 for now, and we will revisit that at the end of the year and see if any other reviews on OpenCritic exist. I doubt it because Ghost of Yote came out in March and there are no other reviews for that. So those scores are just sort of
DLC to be clear, the DLC,
yeah. And Ghost of Yote's, while it was free DLC, it's not the first time that free DLC, like free DLC for Sea of Stars was scored. Like this is not normal.
Very well too.
So
you picked that up, didn't you?
I did. Actually, I think I drafted that. I don't think I bid on it. I think it was an original draft, so not a pickup.
Okay.
I think I got it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it like as mad as people can be at me about this getting as high scored as it did. Like, there's a reason we all bid on it. It was just real shitty that there's not that we have to do it this way. Like that kind of sucks. But next year, it's a very much at your own risk. You bid on things at your own risk. It play the chips as they fall, right? What's up, Bob?
If I may, for you, Caleb, I think I know part of the reason why. This is because chapters 1 and 2 are bundled together. 3 and 4 are bundled together. 5 came out separately, so I'm wondering if it's going to be a 5 and 6 situation. Because I can tell you from a person in my house who's played the hell out of all of them. 5 indicates it's not the end of the Deltarune. Like there's going to be another chapter.
But and that's then the such other a weird thing, right?
I'll tell you what's weird is it averaged a 93 or some shit for you in score. When if you I've talked to a few Deltarune players, and Chapter 3 is like still the best one. So the fact you got away with highway robbery, fuck that Xenoblade Bob's bullshit. You got away with highway robbery, my friend.
I don't know if it's highway robbery because at least my game was new, you fucking asshole. No, but for real, For real, the score is like, yeah, I'm obviously thrilled for my draft. And I know that the game, it's well received. Like the chapter is well received. I maybe not the best received if you ask people that play it, but fine. My problem is that's a weird. I mean, you're probably right. They're probably waiting for 6, but 1 and 2 came out at the same time. 3 and 4 came out at the same time. 5 and 6 did not. So it's just a weird. It's weird. I don't understand it. That's why next year, if the rules change, however you guys want to approach it, as long as we agree, like that's fine. That's totally cool. But the only reason that I will defend the score is because the second game on my draft, Halo Campaign Evolved, we will get into this in great detail after the state of the draft. The very quick version of it right now, just because it's drafted appropriate, is that it scored an 83, which is 13 points. So basically the average is like the world rewarded me for shit by letting Deltarune be higher than it probably deserves. So they average about what I expected anyway. It's just something that I did not expect. I will tell the listeners right now, I love Halo. I love Halo very much. Halo 1 is my favorite in the series, the OG. I think this game is overscored. Stay tuned post state of the draft to hear why. And yeah, it's a bunch of shit. But so I got 13 points for that. I think I actually got away with highway robbery from Halo Campaign Evolved more than Deltarune. I don't think I should have gotten any for Halo.
Here's my question. Do you think that score will settle lower?
83? The Halo?
Yeah.
Well, it dropped to an 82 yesterday, I
when
think.
People finally play it on Heroic or Legendary.
Fuck. Well, it depends because the patch, who knows? There was a new patch today. And I don't know if they fixed some of the problems that we were running into. But to me, I mean, part of my problem, just not even with Halo, with any game, it's reviewed when it comes out and games keep coming out fucking broken as hell. I don't think reviewers should be allowed to go back and change their scores to affect. I think if you are going to release a shitty broken ass game in the beginning, you should have to suffer as a developer. Now, I hate it when developers lose their jobs, but I also don't like when developers who shouldn't have jobs are employed. That's just me. So anyway, but yeah, so I got lucky with Deltarune being a lot, and would argue I got fucked with Halo being not a lot, because a Halo game should have been an 85 minimum. Like minimum. I expected it to be an 85 and I hoped for an 88 back when I drafted it in January. That was honestly my thought. And to have it be at an 83 after having played it and platinumed it, I'm just like, how the fuck did this game score as well as it did? Which is unfortunate. But again, we'll talk about that after the state of the draft, because I don't want, if you are a person who likes Halo and you have fun, you will have fun with the game. I have a lot of thoughts. So we'll get to that. But so those were my two releases this month. And lastly, we got Burrito Supreme, your grandpa's favorite Gooner Gotcha game. I skipped mine. It's Admiral Merps, and I just want to make donuts. Want to make donuts. Burrito Supreme, your grandpa's favorite Gooner Gotcha game. He's finally having some more games release. I know they released really, really close together. I want to say Dench Attack was first. Yeah, Dench Attack was first. That game right now has settled at an 87, which is awesome. Great for him. Great for his average yet again. So he got, 17 points for Dench Attack. If you want to know about it and you don't know about it, feel free to ask on the Discord. I'm sure that Bo would probably tell you all about it if you have questions or you want to know. But it scored really well. Great for him. That's awesome. The next release he got was Splatoon Raiders, which was a week later. And that scored an 84, which is awesome. I think, again, comparing it, because it came out right around the same time that Halo Campaign Evolved did, I feel like I'm actually glad, even though it went to my competitor, but for the game itself, I'm glad it scored higher than Halo. I really do. I think it deserves it. I think it deserves to be a lot higher than Halo, based on things like, I don't know, the game working for starters. But yeah, so Bo got 14 points for Splatoon Raiders. That's awesome. If you have a Switch 2, he has told me personally, and anybody who has a Switch 2, he's like, you would probably fucking love it. He highly
I've
recommended
heard
it.
really good things.
Didn't he say? I might be wrong about this. Maybe I might be using a little bit of hyperbole, but I thought he said that it's the best game out for Switch 2 right now.
You did.
Okay. Like for as far as like a new, I'm not saying that like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on the Switch 2 isn't great, but Splatoon being like a new, brand new game on the Switch 2, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that because Nintendo fucking needs it. They need people to have a reason to own their Switch 2, which is so
yes.
great.
Yes.
Happy about all that.
I still haven't bought a Switch 2 game.
Don't worry, I'm making up for you, bud.
Yeah, you are.
I know. I seriously, I realized I made a mistake because I was looking at my Amazon cart, and then I accidentally put something in the cart and forgot I put it there. So when I did another order, unfortunately, I have a Switch. Well, it's not a Switch 2 game, but I have a copy of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters coming in tonight.
Yes, I'm so happy about this.
Very cool.
Yay.
I have one of those on my Switch too. I have Final Fantasy 6.
I'll have 1 through 6.
Yeah. No, I bought it a la carte. I was gonna get the 1 through 6 collection on PS5, but I don't know. One day.
It was a mistake. I hit checkout today, and then I saw afterwards. I was like, "Wait, why is the amount that much? That's not normally what I." And then I looked, and I went, "Well, I'm not canceling it. I'm going to fucking keep it now." So
exactly.
But yes, to answer your question, Caleb, this is the. I've seen some of the cutscenes, and like Bo's explained to me, this game is chaotic. Kind of, I don't want to say extraction shooter, but somewhat in that realm where it's a drop in, survive, get out kind of a situation. Yeah. And it is so chaotic that you would think the Switch 2 would just like pull out a gun and shoot itself, but apparently it stays locked at 60 frames the entire time.
That's awesome.
Nuts, dude.
Like really, really good for them because a lot of people, I mean, us included, have jokingly shat on Nintendo for being a potato when it comes to hardware and performance. Even if their performance is better than expected for what hardware it's running on, we recognize that it's not as good. And it's not all about performance for a lot of people. It is about the experience. But for them to be able to bring a chaotic experience like this and keep it running consistently and well and just fun, that's awesome. So mad props to him for picking that up and being able to score really well on that. That's great. I'm going to go through the very end of this just real quick with like updated current scores and standings. And there was only one pickup that changed and mattered this month because it's not out yet. And that was Mason. His, I cannot remember which game was it. What was the game that got delayed?
He picked up, or he dropped Ontos.
It was Ontos and got Minecraft Dungeons too. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I couldn't remember if Ontos was the one or if that was, I was thinking of, was it Ultros of last year? I couldn't remember which.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but Ontos and Minecraft Dungeons 2 comes out later this year for him. I think end of September, if memory serves. So, he should probably net a pretty decent penny on that. That was a really good snag because he only had $4 to bet with, so he was able to get that. But so here are the current standings. I'm just going to go current scores, bottom to top, and then projecteds. So in fifth still right now, because he didn't have any other games come out this month, was Mason with 64.48 points. He's in fifth. He is projected to be at fifth now with 145.55 points, but it's still early enough. Anything could happen. Half my games don't have release dates. I don't expect to see any of them. So whatever, it's fine. In current fourth place is Burrito Supreme with 85.55 points. And then he's projected to be in second, though, with 185.62 points. And I skipped this with Mason. 7 games have released. He's still expecting 7 to come out. That's why he is unfortunately under 10 points per game average, which is the big kicker right now. Whereas Burrito Supreme has only had 5 games coming out. He's expecting 10 more, and he's already at 85.5 points. So his average is well beyond that 10 points per game, which is very good. And then currently in third is Matt with 98.2 points. He is projected to be in fourth, but barely by 0.2 of a point.
Dude, barely.
And so that's like it's not worth commenting on. I mean, like we'll just see. He has 8 games out right now, and he has 7 more he's expecting. And then I am currently in second place with 119.82 points. I am projected to be in third with 167.74 points, which is that 0.2 extra over Matt. Again, that's like one more review could change that for either one of us from any scorer. So we'll just have to see. I've only had 7 games release, but I'm also only expecting 6 because of the Solasta 2 and other stuff, like, the shit we've talked about endlessly. But I'm actually still pretty happy with my average points per game, considering the garbage that was replaced, and Diablo 3 scoring low, all the things, like, whatever. I'm happy with my score there. And last but not least, because he's in first, Bob with 142.54 points. He is projected to be in first at just over 200 points, 200.09. He has had 10 games release, so he's averaging 14.2 points per game. And he's only expecting 5 more, which that's the only real thing that could be the wild card. Like, if for some reason his don't pan out, but his draft is looking real good because everything has a release date, right? Yeah, yes. Everything has a release date for him, and all of these release dates seem to be very solid. Like Tokon comes out a week from tomorrow, and Wings of Thieves comes out October 2nd, I think, or October, whatever. It's like early October. Trails in the Sky is September, and didn't even look at the last one because
Galactic Racer.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's right. Galactic
Racer
next
month too.
Yeah, and that comes out. Well, that's October 6th. So Galactic Racer is early October as well. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking Zero.
Mine is August. Yeah, the Zero is mine.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. But so I mean that's the state of the draft. We spent a little more time on it than I thought, but that's sorry.
Oh, we always do. It's all good. What are the 4 games releasing this month? The projected,
the upcoming stuff. Which tomorrow Bob gets Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Bob's
tomorrow,
bullshit.
Meaning yesterday, if you're listening.
Yes, if you're listening. Yeah, July 30th. I'll go with the hard dates, July 30th. And then next up, one that he is very, very excited for, not only because it's on the draft, but because he's going to play it, as am I. Beast of Reincarnation comes out on August 4th, and that's on Matt's draft. I think we're all hoping that this game does well. I know that some of us are a little bit more on the fence about actually playing it. I mean, I am going to play it. I'm going to play it, but I'm not all in. I'm not as sold as Matt is. I have my reservations. Yep. I feel like I want the game to do well. I hope that they do justice.
Can I give you a live update
on Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
So the link
scores are coming in.
The link was broken. So I think somebody accidentally slipped embargo, and I'm double checking because it does say Beast of Reincarnation. So day one posted already posted a review, so it hit an 8 out of 10 for you.
There, okay, solid. That's what I want. Double digits, anything over 80.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for high 80s. I'm hoping.
The craziest thing is when this game was first announced, the very first preview trailer, I was like, "Holy shit, that game looks incredible." And then the first actual trailer, it actually brought me back, and I thought, ooh, that game, honestly, it looked like an 81. Now, an 81 is not bad, but when the first thing you show me is like a 95 in my head, and then you drop to an 81, I get concerned. No, and again, this is all just me. That was how I felt. Matt loved everything he's seen so far. He's all in on this game. He really is. The last trailer that I saw, and then I'm done watching them, to me, it was like a strong 85. So it could be higher. That'd be cool if it was higher. I'm hoping for the game. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But an 8 out of 10 isn't bad. You'll not take it, right? But that's good. So yay.
Yeah.
And then 2 days after that, August 6th, Bob has Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. And for all of you out there that care about my opinion, I've told you, I am fucking excited for this game. I cannot wait for it. I am over the moon. I really am. We're having company next weekend. And I told Lisa, I was like, are they going to be mad if I play Marvel Tokon the whole time? And she was like, they'll be asleep in the morning. Like, you'll be fine. And at least it's a fighting game. It's not like, ooh, I need to spend 60 hours just playing the story. Like, no, it's an easy pickup if I have 15 minutes. So I am going to be playing it, and I'm probably also going to be terrible at it, and I don't care. Give it to me. So I know that that's going to score well for Bob. It's Arc System Works. They don't miss. They do not miss. Even if you fucking hate fighting games, they know their shit. So that if he didn't draft it when he did, that was next on my list. So I'm glad that it's coming just because we can play it, you know, and it's going to score really well for you. I think that's going to be, it's going to slap. As the kids,
I'm not even a fan of fighting games, and like everything I've seen has intrigued me. I like the source material, of course. Marvel's. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Marvel. I really want to watch people play this. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to play it. I'm not a big fan of the genre at all. I don't know. I grew distant from it for some reason. But yeah, dude, the animations in this game are insane, and I would really like to watch gameplay of it for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's the hard part is the games, like fighting games now, are very difficult. And I mean, they are. They're just difficult. And it's not like, oh, I don't want to go online and lose. I mean, nobody wants to go online and lose. Once you learn that you're never going to be the Justin Wongs of the world. I mean, somebody has to, but he dedicates his time and his life to that.
Exactly.
I mean, he might play other stuff, but that's his thing. And so I learned a long time ago. I mean, I'm good at games. I'm not the best at every game. I'm very good at a lot of genres, but fighting games, I will take being average to above average. Because as long as I know, like, oh, that guy's good, I don't rage out. You know, I just don't. If I think I'm better and there's like some fucking lag spike cheating bullshit, then I get mad, but it's like, it happens. Yeah. If somebody's better than me at a fighting game, though, I'm just like, good for you, bud. I hope these 6,000 extra hours you put into it are worth it. But I do very much enjoy having something that when I have friends here or my niece comes or whatever, we can just pick it up and like, hey, you want to beat the shit out of each other with Captain America and Iron Man, Spider-Man? Like that sounds awesome to me. So I'm looking forward to it. And Bo's going to play it. I know, Bob, you were interested in it, and I know with PlayStation's bullshit. Did you lose interest in it, or what's going on?
I'm still interested. My problem
outside
is
of the score. I'm talking
outside of the score. Yeah, outside of the score, I'm interested in wanting to do this. It's just it's a bad time right now for games and everything else. But like when you're talking about when this was first revealed, I thought it was Marvel versus Capcom, which
I really did. I did too.
Yeah, I think we were watching it together, and I was like, "Oh, this is Marvel versus Capcom 3. It's got to be."
Yeah,
4.
I really thought so, but
4.
But when they revealed the last team, that was kind of like the hype alert, like we started to hit that hype overload because that last team has some of the best fucking characters. Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, beautiful. But yes, I'm interested. If I can grab it on a sale, undecided. Let's leave it like that. But
is there anything that Bo and I can say that'll change your mind? I mean, and I'm not looking for like a humble brat or, you know, but like if we were like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever, would you go, fuck it, let's go? Or would you just say, I'm still waiting out of principle is my question.
It's not necessarily out of principle. It's how do I put this? We discussed this previously in the cast. So I'll say it. It's a matter. It's going to be an online fighting game, and it's a matter of will I have the fucking PS Plus subscription?
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. For sure. I understand that. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be a really fun next week. Beast of Reincarnation and Marvel Tokon, because yes, please. And then at the end of August, and these will be the last two, I won't go further than this because you'll hear about them in the next State of the Draft. On August 27th, Mason finally has another release, and it's Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy, which I'm excited for. I loved the first two. As far as a game, I'm really looking forward to it. Scoring on this one is tough because I don't want to say they score poorly, but they don't score as high as I feel like they deserve. And sometimes it's because of performance issues when the game's released, which is unfortunate. But they are, I mean, Matt, you actually know more about Plague Tale in the studio that does it. They're AA, right? Isn't that, they're technically AA studio? Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that sometimes they were held to a higher standard because their game was very beautiful, and it was just a unique idea. So I'm looking forward to this one. Are you guys looking forward to this one to play?
Yeah, but it just releases in a bad time.
Oh yeah,
right?
no, I mean just eventually. Like you're going to play it eventually, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of the Plague Tale universe. I loved Innocence and Requiem, and this main protagonist was introduced in Requiem, and she's a very intriguing, interesting character. And this is apparently a prequel, which is before Requiem, maybe I think before Innocence or in the same time as Innocence.
Yeah,
but
it's tough to
Tale,
say. We don't know yet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. A Plague Tale is set in like when the Black Plague happened, 1400s in Europe, and it's an incredible setting. And it's got an amazing narrative. It's kind of like The Last of Us during the Black Plague in Europe. So it's awesome. You played both of them, right, Caleb?
Oh yeah, I platinum both of them. They're fantastic experiences.
Yep.
Actually, I owe you a lot for the first one because you had talked about the first one. I had heard about the first one, and I love all the French stuff. Like, I mean, we talked about that a little bit on the Claire Obscure spoiler cast, and my wife does not like mice and rats or any. I mean, not that I like who likes them, but I will tell you guys because Matt said like, no, it's actually really good. You should give it a shot. It had performance issues when it came out, so I was like, I'll wait. I'll get it later. And Matt had said, hey, later has come. It runs really well now. You should get it. So I got the first one, and I loved it. I thought it was a great narrative. It's just interesting. It's not like Claire Obscure levels, no way. But it was just unique. Right. It was something that I hadn't seen before. The gameplay was AA. It wasn't. I didn't expect a AAA, but it was a really polished AA after they fixed the bugs. Yes. But one big recommendation I have if people are interested in playing this game, do yourself a favor and try to play it with surround sound because some of the surround sound stuff
just the chittering
it's horrible. Lisa came down once to do some laundry and she heard just these horrible sounds coming from the room and she's like, what is going on in there? And I said, don't come in. Don't, because if she looked at the screen, she just would not have liked it. So there was that.
The rat mechanics are amazing.
Yeah. I don't think Bob likes Resonance. I don't think he's excited about it, right? He doesn't seem like not really your thing, right?
Yeah. I played a little bit of one of them and I was like, oh, this is really good. But then I got distracted by something else. So it kind of missed me.
Yeah. And that's fine. That's fair. This one's a little on the fence for me because I do like the character that they introduced that is the protagonist for this as a side character in the second game. But I need them to do a little bit more than just like another one. You know, I want her combat to be interesting. I want something that she does to really push it a little forward. I'm a little worried that it's just going to be more of the same with a different character. And that's
I looked more into it. It's more fast-paced action combat with this character. And she's like
good because she needs it.
Action gladiator. Yeah. So I might play this on launch. It really depends on if I'm still playing Beast of Reincarnation, which I might be. Who knows? I don't know how long that game is, but maybe not. And I'm really, I do really want to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on release when it comes out the 27th, and this comes out the 24th. So, or they come out at the same time.
No, the 27th. Same day. It's 27th. So,
yeah. So this will probably
Sorry,
this will probably be on my Black Friday list to get it during the November, December lull, because I don't think anything's coming out in November from my recollection.
Yeah, I can't think of any games coming out in November. Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing. I was actually going to play Rebirth. So
it's probably going to be shit. So
or
0 out of 100.
Overhyped garbage. No.
I can't wait until it hits 30 frames.
Yeah. So, I hope Resonance doesn't have performance issues. I hope they nailed that down, and I'm hopeful for it. I have my eye on it. It's on my list. I haven't pre-ordered it yet because I honestly don't know what I'll be playing at that time. And another game I really want to play is Mina the Hollower. I haven't been able to do that. And another one before that probably is Doom: The Dark Age Revelations, Bob. I really do want to play that. So, It all depends on what I'm playing and if I have time to play it. And then, I mean,
Sure.
I don't know if I'm playing it on launch, but Wolverine comes out 2 weeks later.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And Onimusha, September 4th.
All big boy. Yeah, September is the month that's just like, holy fuck. And then
Uh-huh.
October. It's like just wow.
Yep.
But yeah, for me with Resonance, I'm glad to hear that it's a little bit faster paced. Not that I had a problem with the first two, because it does make sense for the characters you get to play as. It makes sense for their growth. That like she's not a fucking superstar warrior ninja. Like that makes sense. She's a big sister. That's how the game starts. That's not a spoiler. But for this character, if they were going to go with that mechanic from 1 and 2, I was going to be a little let down, because she just seems like this is their excuse to make things a little bit more punchy. That's what I want. So, but back to the draft part, I really hope it does well for Mason, and I hope it does well for the game, because I do like the series, and I think that developer,
agreed.
You can tell that they like what they do. I hope their quality testing, I hope they do their due diligence this time and just release it in a workable state that is good. That's all I want. The last game coming out in August. Sorry, go ahead.
The developer being Asobo Studios.
Yes, that's their name.
And yeah, they're published by Focus Entertainment. So Focus has done a lot of cool shit.
They are a French studio, right?
I don't know that.
Oh, okay. I thought they were,
Focus,
but I might be wrong.
Focus Home Interactive now or whatever. They changed their name recently. So yeah.
Well, you had mentioned Metal Gear. Nobody has that on their draft list. It doesn't mean we're not excited for it. Just there are so many games, right? But the same day, August 27th, is Resonance Plague Tale Legacy, and then also Star Wars Zero Company, which is on my draft list. And we talked about a little bit before. That's like the XCOM people basically made a Star Wars in XCOM, which I honestly think the gameplay is going to be fine. I think the Star Wars is going to make or break the points. If people are just fucking sick of Star Wars and it's not good, then they're going to be like, this game sucks. But
yeah,
they know what they're doing, so we'll see. I hope for the game, right?
Yeah. No one has it on their draft. No one has Metal Gear Solid Collection on their draft because it's ineligible, because they're technically ports.
You mean like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Bob's bullshit? I'm just fucking with you.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I looked up and I double checked to make sure that the Elden Ring Tarnished Edition wasn't available, but it was considered ineligible.
Oh, you were okay. Okay, is that December? Yeah. Is there a date for that?
No shame.
No, August. It's next month. Fuck. Like it's within 2 weeks. Yeah.
That shows you how much I care about
goes.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Elden Ring quite a bit, but
sure.
I will tell you this, Caleb, in relation to your draft, I think I looked, the deluxe edition of this game is $60. So that plays like a real good reason for people to buy it. Or no, Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Shit, that's great. So, yeah. $10 off.
I would say not just Star Wars. Unfortunately, even though it is Respawn and Bit Reactor, that's the developers. Unfortunately, the publisher is EA, and I learned this from EA College Football. When you have a company that had the largest leveraged buyout in all of human history, that money needs to be made up somewhere. So,
but they're going to start gouging the shit out of players.
You're absolutely right, but they learned their lesson when Disney yelled at them for the early, because they have the Star Wars IP. When they did Battlefront 1,
that's true. Yeah,
Disney was like, "If you fuck this up, we're taking it away from you." And then later on, we got Star Wars Battlefront 2, which, even though it was riddled with microtransactions and shit, the game was actually really, really solid. It was awesome, really fun, cool experience. And then we got the Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor series, because they got rid of all that DLC or that paid bullshit, and they were like, here's a Star Wars experience. Now, this kind of a game, this team-based strategy, does lend itself more for the cosmetics and all like that shit's gonna be in there. So you're absolutely right. But I feel like, if anything, and this goes for your Pod Racer game too, I feel like Disney's the one saying, if you fuck this up, you're done. So I think EA might be like, okay, let's just play it safe and make a good game first. I'm hoping for both of us. I think both of the Star Wars games look like they have potential. If I were to guess, I would say the pod racing game might actually be better received. It looks like it's going to be more fun for a wider audience. So that's cool, but I want them to do well because I love me some Star Wars. It doesn't matter. I'm a fucking Star Wars bitch, and that's okay. So any other draft questions you guys have or want to do, or should we go to the big boy?
Let's skip to what we're playing.
Yeah.
No questions on my end. And thank you for covering Stay the Draft. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Very thorough. Love it.
I mean, that's what you asked for.
No,
I can't wait for people to pay $5 to skip it.
That wasn't sarcastic. I like it.
Good.
Yeah.
So, games you're playing, Matt. You go first.
All right. I'm playing 3. So I think we should all talk about the games we're playing individually, and then
that's not the one. We'll end on the one. We'll end on the one.
Yes, I'm playing 3. Let me just talk about Split Fiction for a little bit. You've never played it, Caleb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bob, we played it together, and I'm playing it again, and it is just a phenomenal video game. I think this is my 4th playthrough or something like that.
Awesome.
And just it's still my favorite co-op game of all time. Made by Hazelight Studios. They made It Takes Two, A Way Out, and this is kind of their crown jewel and their best game yet. It was nominated for Game of the Year, I believe, and it's just, man, around every corner. They're changing up the gameplay. They're changing up the formula. The writing is incredible. And if you haven't played Split Fiction, it's amazing. It goes by chapters, and every chapter is super unique. It follows these 2 female writers, and one writes about fantasy and one writes about sci-fi. And they go into a machine that they basically can revisit their stories they've written in a simulation. And the person that made the machine is supplying this experience for them. So you visit fantasy worlds and you visit sci-fi worlds, and man, if you played It Takes Two, you kind of know what you're in for from a gameplay perspective. It's just phenomenal, man. Caleb, you really have to play it.
I know.
It is so good. Like, I've played a lot of co-op games. This is by far my favorite, and it's just so well done. They nailed it. I think it's sitting at a 92 on OpenCritic. Like,
that sounds right.
Phenomenal.
I had it last year. I had that was one of my picks, and that was it was a slam dunk because Joseph Ferris, love him or hate him, the guy knows what he's doing. He's very, very good he's a creative director, right? I mean, studio head. And
yes, it's a game ass video game. It's so fun to play. You can play online or couch co-op. And the cool thing is you don't have to have 2 copies. So if you play online, you have the friend pass. So the other person doesn't have to buy the game, which is awesome. He did that. And Orbital's coming out is doing that as well. Former Hazelight devs. So I love that practice. And I think that's a really good practice. So Split Fiction, incredible game.
And the game wasn't, how much was it at launch? How much was Split Fiction at launch?
Like $50.
Yeah. That's the craziest part too, for the experience you get and the fact you can play with a friend with that like pass, whatever it's called, for essentially free for them. Like that's awesome. I can't praise that enough for the work and the polish and the gameplay that they provided and the experience they provided for people to also not cost $1 million. It's just, that's stellar. So good for him.
Let me just say, these co-op games, if you're in a relationship or have a significant other, they're really awesome tools for the relationship. Co-op games are incredible if your significant other likes to play as well. You're coordinating, you're communicating, you're problem solving, and it's just a really awesome thing to do with your significant other.
It's funny you say that, because back when the Switch 1 was like in its prime, and you remember Snipper Clips? Did you ever play that?
It sounds familiar.
So I got it because my wife is not much of a gamer, but this seemed to be a game that we could both just enjoy together. And it didn't really require the most, super twitchy hand-eye coordination state. It wasn't like a super skill check. She is smarter than I am. Not that that's really saying much. I'm not that intelligent, but she is like a fucking genius. She's very, very smart. So I thought, she likes puzzle solving. I'm really good at games. Together, this would be a great experience. You learn if your relationship is going to survive by playing Snipper Clips. Let me just tell you, like, it's true, because you'll be working together 1 second, and 30 seconds later you'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? But like in a good way, unless you actually hate your partner. Like I recommend, and I'm not kidding you, we had friends that were in like established relationships, but new and not, like, we'd been together forever, but we were having like newlyweds or friends of ours that were coming over, and I was like, you want to see if your relationship's going to last? We're going to play Snipper Clips. And
Dang.
I'm not kidding you, there is a 100% accuracy on who survived the relationship and who didn't, based on our review of them playing Snipper Clips. Like, they would leave and my wife and I would lay in bed and I'd be like, I don't think it's going to work out. And like 3 months later they split up or whatever. Like, Snipper Clips does it.
Shit.
Yeah. So I recommend Snipper Clips for people who want to see if their relationship will survive.
Okay.
Don't play Snipper Clips as a new relationship. That's a mistake. You have to know the person first and then play Snipper Clips. So you're right.
Gotcha.
The co-op experiences are the way to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Overcooked is one of those games too.
That's another one where you lose friendships over Overcooked. That fucking game.
Yep.
Why are you making so much chicken, Rachel? We don't need chicken. Like that's a quote that actually happened from me many a times.
Yep.
Yeah.
You burned the soup. What are you doing?
Why are you making soup? We need fish. Like, yeah, just
what are you? An idiot sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for what it's worth, we're still friends with them, so it worked out.
Nice. Yeah, Split Fiction, incredible co-op. Go check it out if you haven't played it. It's amazing. Another game I'm playing, of course, you've heard. I talked all about it on the last cast, so if you want to hear my overall in-depth thoughts of it, go check it out. But it's in my top 5 favorite games of all time. They remade it. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag Resynced. What can I say? I'm in the later stages of the story and doing some in-game content. I'm doing basically there's super boss pirate ships that you fight, and they are so fun. I've only beat 2. I feel like they increased the difficulty on them because they're hard as nails, man. But they're so fun, and the ship combat is what makes this game shine.
For sure. I mean, in the original that was true, so I'm glad to hear that about this one. Big time.
Yeah, you played the shit out of the original,
Yeah.
So, and they've added shanties. Shanties were a hallmark of sailing across the Caribbean.
I loved it.
I think there's
in the original. I loved it a lot.
There's like 50 shanties opposed to 30 in the original. So they've added some there. And every time I dive into this game, I just become a pirate. Edward is an incredible pirate. He's an incredible character. He's an incredible assassin. So, spoiler, he's an assassin in Assassin's Creed.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Spoiler. I'm done. I'm out of here. Ruin this game.
It's really cool. Right. It's really cool to see his character growth because, I'll just tell you how he starts. He starts as a pirate, like out for himself, just looking for treasure. And there's incredible writing in this game. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed of the series. It's your second favorite, Caleb. And I feel like they just nailed it. And they prettied it up. It's gorgeous. The water physics are amazing. They added all kinds of enhancements to the visual fidelity, and I'm playing on the balanced mode, I believe, or it's either performance or balance. But it never dips below 40, and sometimes it creeps up above 60. It's VRR, variable refresh rate, so that's cool. And I haven't had a problem with performance at all. There are some minor bugs that have happened, maybe some longer than usual load times in specific areas, but overall, incredible experience. 9 out of 10 experience, maybe even a 10 out of 10. I love this game. I might be a little biased.
That's
but
fine.
The great thing about a remake is if you play it and it's kind of a new experience, but at the same time invokes the reason why you love the game in the first place, because they didn't.
You don't say. That's coming up. Coming up shortly.
And it's not broke as fuck, and it plays well. So yeah, I'll probably platinum it in the next 3 days. I'm 63 hours in. Probably that's on PSN. So I'm probably like 59, 60 hours in real game time.
Can you do me a favor and platinum it in 4 hours so that you got your platinum at 67?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I have about 4 trophies left, 2 more legendary ships to sync. But yeah, I love it. I'm having a blast. Highly recommend it. It's the best pirate sim game out there, hands down, by far. A lot of games have tried to mimic it. Sea of Thieves has taken a lot from it. Skull and Bones it failed, but it's pretty much just this ship combat as its own game, which I'd play that game if it was good, but Skull and Bones wasn't good. So yeah, making me super excited to do a couple things. One, go back to Odyssey and play that finally, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I really want to revisit that. And 3, Assassin's Creed Hexe. Coming, who knows? But I mean, some of the rumors are this October. Probably not. But
coming digitally to everybody in 2038.
Exactly. But yeah, it's an incredible Assassin's Creed game. Go play it. Check it out. But yeah, the other game I'm playing, we're going to all talk about as a group, like a therapy session, like a intervention.
Yeah. So Bob, what are your other games? Your not fucked game that you're playing?
Well, I'm going to ask Matt a different question or another question real quick then. What's next on the board then for you?
I think I am going to take a little bit of a break before Beast, because I am going to dive into Beast of Reincarnation. That's this Tuesday, so 4 days from when you're listening to this, if you listen to it on launch.
Yep.
I'm
August
excited,
4th.
man. I'm excited for you too. And for me.
I figured that was the case, but I thought maybe there's an extra 12 hours to fit in a certain DLC.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah,
I know. But I think I want to take some, like, we bombed through Halo, and I've been bombing through Assassin's Creed 4, right? I've put a lot of hours. I probably put 100 hours in the last 2 weeks. So I think I want to like take a breather, take a break, because I have Spider-Man Friday. I'm busy Thursday night. I'm watching No Way Home, No Way Home before Spider-Man. And then the weekend, sometimes I like to get out and about on the weekend. I'm going on a bike ride Sunday morning from Cerberus Brewing, so that's cool with a friend. Yeah. And, Tuesday's going to come before I know it. So if I have some downtime and I have 10 to 12 hours, I do really want to play the Dark Ages Revelations, but I think I want to let the console breathe for a bit and then just dive into Beast of Reincarnation.
I respect it, man. I respect it. Yeah. But yes, to answer your question, Caleb. So since we last did this, I started the DLC Future Connected for Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah. It is about, I have to check. I think it's supposed to be 12 hours. I think it's really neat, but at the end of the day, I was like, there's a Halo coming. There's a few other things coming. I'm going to go look at the synopsis, because there's a little bit of a minor connection to number 3. If you're paying attention and all that shit. And I was like, I'm going to go look at the synopsis, whatever. So I still had a little bit of time in between just before Halo started. So I've been bouncing between that, and I actually started going back into Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Picking that back up. It's been a great put on like a podcast and then just burn through it as you're just beating the shit out of monsters for hours on end.
I mean, that's true. The grind is real in Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it's a real grindy game. Like, I'll go through an entire map area when I get to a new area and just grind everything till you get to the point you can do the preempt attack, and it just kills it.
Yep, that's the way to go. That's true.
Maybe I should do that. Put a podcast on while I play that to get through it, because man, I fell asleep twice playing that game.
I promise you, it's a game changer, and the story is Dragon Quest story. Quite frankly,
I love the story.
How far did you get, Bob? I know where Matt stopped, but where are you right now in the story?
I just got how do I put this without spoiling it?
How many hours
What
do you
number?
have?
What
Roughly,
number
'cause
party member?
Let me put it this way. I have Marvin.
Okay.
And I did the part after him that gives you the spell, the bonus spell for the main character.
Got it. Okay. That's
yeah.
You're still early enough that you'll just see when you get there. The story is like they had an opportunity to fix some things, and they didn't fix the right things as far as I'm concerned. But
they fixed some good things, but they didn't fix the right things. So like it's really weird because like when you're done with a main chapter point or a main story beat, and you beat the boss and everything else, in the other two versions of this game, you would go back and there would be about 10 to 15 minutes of dialogue between the characters, recapping the events, expanding upon the world. Here, it's 15 seconds of a black screen that says, and everybody lived happily ever after. Then morning comes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering about that.
No, some of that is nice because it's like, yeah, I didn't need to waste 15 hours. But some of it is like, wait a minute, what? What? It's like Star Wars Episode 9. I'm not spoiling anything because it's the opener. Somehow Palpatine returned. You're like, wait a minute, that's what we need to play. What are you talking about?
That's exactly it. So my recommendation, Matt, if you like the story, cool. But really, I found that this story is not as good as 11's and some of the other and 8 and things like that.
Sure.
Not even a chance. So put on a podcast and just grind the game and enjoy beating the shit out of stuff for hours on end.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
When I was saying end game is good, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. When I was saying peak, I meant the story was holding up this game for me. Honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not peak Dragon Quest. 11 is amazing. Yeah. But I was saying like the music is a little repetitive. The battles are a little repetitive. The characters are cool. The story is what was holding it up, and me progressing to learn more of the story in this game, within this game. From a Dragon Quest perspective, I haven't played a lot of them, but I can already tell 11's story is better.
All right, so I'll put it to you like this. This is specifically how I'm playing it, because I'm being generalizing. Is I play a podcast, as you know, with the Astros on the PlayStation 5 while we're going through.
Amazing.
I'll play that. But when I get to a town, and for context, folks, Dragon Quest is very cliche in the way it localizes certain groups of people. So you have language that's written very German, very Spanish, very French. I don't care to read that butchered French at all. So I'll play the podcast, but when I get to a main story beat, like a main objective, I'll pause the game real quick and then listen or read or whatever, and then I start again because. Oh my gosh! Particularly with the English, when it's like thou cometh and slayeth the deemeth a king, thou's destiny, and I'm like, fuck off! I don't like Shakespeare.
I mean, I like it because it does add character, but I totally understand what you mean. I do have a question for you though. You played Chrono Cross, right?
Oh yes.
So did it bother you when Harl would talk in her French?
Holy shit! That was terrible.
But see, I loved it because she was the only one that did it, and as a kid, I was like, "What the fuck is she saying?" But when I learned French, because I didn't really recognize. I mean, Chrono Cross came out when I was like 10. I don't even 12.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't remember what year. Maybe I was a little older than that. But I remember thinking, like, what is this supposed to be? I felt like somebody had a stroke writing the translation, and then I realized that she was supposed to be sounding like a French person speaking English. You know, like Monsieur Serge, like she would say, and I'd be like, "What is this?" And it would be written with like ZIS. I was so confused until I figured it out. And then I was like, "Well, that's neat," but it would be a pain in the dick to read. I get it.
Well, I'll say this: what you're saying is true with her. It wasn't as bad. Dragon Quest goes a little over the line to where you're kind of being more like the last Deadpool movie where like, oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself today, boy. And it's like, what the fuck are you saying, dude?
Ooh, I'm gonna name myself, boy. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Which is great for audio, but when you're reading it, oh my gosh. But yes, I'm still grinding through it. I'm going to continue to grind through it. And then I'm going to continue to grind through Well, I'm going to finish Halo, Galo, whatever you want to say. I'm going to get the platinum whether I get your guys' help or not, because that's going to happen, because then I have got 255 hours of my favorite of the Xenoblade series. Hands down. I told Matt, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is my black flag of the series.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to be hitting that. Pyra and Mithra are all...
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I asked Crystal last night. I was like, "Oh, hey, how's your book? Is it really good?" She goes, "Yeah, it's a really dark romance fantasy, like really edgy stuff." I was like, "Oh, one of those that you skip the trigger warnings." She's like, "Yeah, absolutely," because I'm for it. I'm like, "Cool," because this week I'm going to be playing the most Gooner Gotcha game ever, and I don't care.
Maybe that's up for debate.
We've been on the waifus,
but
I'm gonna be.
No, it's crazy because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the lowest rated, and it's awesome. I just happen to like one more because I just think it's really, really good. But 2 is so fucking good too. It's so good.
So spoiler, the blade gotcha system has been reworked. So now the rare blades are going to be easier and everything else. It's going to be 60 FPS locked in battles.
That sounds glorious.
The best one, watch this, Matt. He's going to be like, "Oh my God, you don't need to swap out your blades for the field skills."
Oh, what? That's amazing. I did not know this. And now my penis hard. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much for that. Hey, guess what I have right over there? Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and my Switch 2.
And it's a $10 upgrade.
Yeah, I'm absolutely doing that. It's just I'm going to buy it. I'm just not going to play it now because with Beast and Tokon, there's no fucking way. But I get it. If this is this is like me saying Revelation, Final Fantasy VII Revelation. Like, I don't care if 10 of the games of the year knobs come out at the same time. I'm playing Revelation. Sorry, guys, that's happening. So
I'm about to prove.
I feel you, because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was really, really, really fun. Underrated, I thought, but really, really good. So
yeah,
outside
exciting. I'm excited for you, man. For sure.
Yeah. Outside of Animusha, Matt's gonna be like, "Are you sure you can handle all that?" And I'm gonna prove him, because I'm gonna be doing Xenoblade, Dragon Quest. I'm gonna finish Octopath. I'm gonna go right into fucking Resonance. I'm on a JRPG kick until fucking February.
No, you gotta play John Desert. That'll prove yourself. Oh God.
But what about you, Caleb?
So mine are pretty easy. I already talked about Granblue Fantasy Relink, the DLC called Endless Ragnarok. For people that don't know, that game came out in, I want to say 2024. It's made by Cygames. They did there's a Granblue Fantasy. It's got another name. It's Granblue something on phones. It was a gacha game. It was a bunch of bullshit like that, but it was really, really good. It has a huge following. I actually never played the phone game because I was like, I don't have time for all that. I just don't. But I love the art style. I love the animations. I love the character designs. I liked everything about it. They essentially made so much fucking money, and they've always wanted to make a single player RPG. Well, they made a lot of money on this phone game, and they were like, we're going to do the single player RPG that also has optional co-op, but you're a party of 4. There are like, God, I want to say like 30 some characters in this game. It's nuts. In the base game, it was, they added more in the DLC, but in the base game, there were, I want to say 20 something. It seriously is crazy. And they're all very unique. You gear them all up. It's the JRPG for grinding to grind. But the thing about it that works is the gameplay. The gameplay is so fucking fun. I mean, the character designs are great. The story is there. It's not bad, but it's not like, I wouldn't say play this game for the story because you hate the combat. No, you play this game because it's fun. That's it. It's so fun to play. It's very polished, but it is very, very, very grindy. So I got the DLC on a whim. I was not going to. I was going to make myself go to Crimson Desert and Hades 2. And Hades 2, I'm still going to play. I absolutely going to play. But I needed something that was incredibly fast-paced action, that was a JRPG that I could just grind and just get better. And when the DLC was coming out, I saw some of the characters that I knew about from the base game are in the DLC as playable, and I was like, motherfucker. So I had to do it. And I'm glad I did. I put like 100 and some hours in that DLC. I got 100% on it. It was really fun. I do recommend it. People at least check it out for the gameplay. Yes, it's waifu and husbando stuff, but like it's really good. That's the thing. It's not just like gooner bullshit. The game is really fun, really
Sure.
good. Highly recommend for people that like that sort of thing. Uh,
Sometimes you have that JRPG itch. I had
yeah,
that later last year with Nino Kuni and Tales of Vesperia
yeah, and that was the
remastered.
thing. I thought that I wouldn't need that because I got off of Diablo 4 when the season ended, and that's like it's very grindy. You know, it's an ARPG, but I mean, this is not turn-based. Granblue Fantasy Relink is action. It is action, 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 and it can be brutal at times, but boy, is it just fucking fun to play. A little bit like a Monster Hunter too, where you load up a boss and like you can play with friends, you know, online or just randoms, or you can do a 3 AI co-op or an AI party and you just control one, but you still have to gear them and you have to give them skills and it's yeah, recommend it for that. I needed it. I don't know why. And it really scratched that itch and I was really happy playing it. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Um
Awesome.
the other one, obviously a little bit more Forza Horizon 6. Just been picking that up on and off, and it's still obviously very good.
Heck yeah.
And then lastly, before what we're about to talk about, just I talked about it before, that fucking bullshit Dissidia Duellum game. It's not great, but they release characters that I mean, they're all near and dear to my heart. The character that just came out, was it yesterday? Yeah, was Celeste from Final Fantasy VI. And
Ooh.
I can't speak. I haven't played as her yet because I've been busy playing uh, Halo Combat unfinished. And but I you know the character designs, the models are everything, and I'm excited to dive a little bit more into that. But that's like back burner shit. Just like, oh, I have 20 minutes, I'll play a battle. So last and least and not least.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We're all going to talk about this game. I think we should talk about the downsides and the negatives and then end on the positives.
Absolutely. Do you want me to go first then to get it out of the way?
Yep.
So,
what are we playing, Caleb?
Halo campaign devolved. No, it's Halo 1 remade yet again, but actually remade today by Halo Studios. And even though we're going to talk about the good stuff at the end, I will say, like, I didn't hate everything about this game, but you need to know where I'm coming from with my criticisms. I told Matt about this earlier today, and I even said on the cast tonight, I'm not going to rehash this because I don't think people care. But he did say, no, you really should because it's justified. My favorite game of all time is the original Final Fantasy VII. The way I describe Halo is the Final Fantasy VII of shooters for me. It is my favorite shooter of all time. The original Halo is my favorite shooter of all time. I am not big into shooters. I'm pretty good at them. I've played a fair amount of them, but they're not something that I would be like, ooh, I need that new shooter. I played Destiny, I played Doom, I played Halo, I played Modern Warfare, the earlier ones. I played enough to know what's good and what's bad, but Halo 1 was always my favorite. I don't think it can ever be topped, especially after seeing what they did to my baby. This is not a humble brag. I played in Halo tournaments when I was younger. I didn't realize how good I was at it because this was like before Xbox Live. This was all I knew were the people I played with in my hometown, like friends of mine, and I was the gamer of the friends. Like you just kind of knew I was probably going to win those things. So again, not a humble brag. It was just I was very good and I didn't really know it. When I got to college, and a couple friends, like right before I went to college, like that summer before, they would say, dude, like you're really good at this. You should enter tournaments or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I don't want to go and learn how fucking bad I am, you know, because these people do this and they make money and stuff. But a very, very long story short, my college roommates and I would play a lot. Some of them were on my case about entering tournaments, so much so, and I just kept refusing because I was like, no, I play it because it's fun and I'm playing with you guys and it's a great time. Like we would LAN across, you know, this was back before Halo or Xbox Live, so we would hook up 2 to 4 Xboxes and just play in separate rooms, and it was great. They paid to sign me up for a singles tournament, where it's basically free for all. And it was
Really?
long. Yeah, it was I don't remember how many people started, but there were first, second, and third place prizes, and there were like, I don't know, like 9 rounds or something. I mean, it was nuts. When they told me that, I was pissed at them. So I was like, I fucking told you guys no, I don't want to do it. But you had to pay to enter the tournament, and they had paid, I think it was like $50 or something. It was crazy. I felt obligated because they did it. Well, when we got there, I'm seeing all these people with controllers that have like stopwatches on them and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm not to like make fun. If this is what you like and enjoy, that's cool. But these people really, really, really cared. They really, really try. And I was just there out of obligation to my friends. Well, the short version of the story is I won first place. The final round in a free for all was 25-3. I won 25-3 in a free for all against other people. It wasn't team based, it was a free for all. I was very good. I won like $500 or something. I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't believe, I was like, shit, maybe I am pretty good at this game. So then I was approached and asked by other players there to join a team. And I played in another tournament with them, and we got second place. And 2 of our teammates were not good. And the fact that I was able to carry us to the finals and get second place was like, I'll take that. That's cool. We ended up winning like $200 or something, like 50 a piece. But the point is, I played a lot of the original Halo. I fucking loved the original Halo. I know everything about the original Halo. When this one came out, I did have high expectations. Certain things did feel a lot like Halo. Other things did not feel a lot like Halo. And that bothers me. That's a personal thing. I didn't want SMGs to be in this game because they weren't in the original. Now, it doesn't make the game worse that they're there, so I'm not like holding out against it. But just so that people know where I'm coming from when I'm bitching about things, I'm not just nobody who'd like, oh, you don't care about Halo. I very much fucking do. And I mean, I used to do solo legendary runs all the time. Like, it was just really, really fun for me. So when I started playing this, I was like, man, some of the things just feel a little off. Like, it's Halo though. Maybe it's 25 years old. They've revamped some things. They've made some things prettier. The graphics engine has obviously gotten a huge upgrade. The things that felt off, I sort of chalked it up to age at first. But then when things worked, when things clicked, it was like, oh, there you are. But then I would pick up my Magnum, and it wasn't the pistol that I was used to. And it's not bad. It just doesn't feel right. For me, again, it was really hard for me to shed that skin and move away from that thinking with this remake, because with Final Fantasy VII Remake, they somehow made it feel like Final Fantasy VII enough that I wasn't heartbroken. I mean, I had my problems with some of the story beats and stuff, whatever, but it still felt like that world. In this, I don't know if it's the new dialogue. I don't know if it's the voice direction. I don't know if it's just the way that the engine is put on top of the Reach engine, which is put on top of something else, that some things don't quite work. The addition of sprint, to me, it is awesome when we're playing with co-op and you're just trying to blitz through things, but it's also weird as a Halo 1 purist where I'm like, nah, I can't sprint. I gotta just hoof it like Chief did back in the day. Now, that I can all forgive. But the one major fucking negative to me, I was playing it solo on Heroic, because honestly, I was like, I'm not going to do Legendary the first time through. I'm just going to do Heroic. I'll go easy on myself. I was having frame rate issues later on in the game, in the campaign. I was having enemies that were just like spawning behind me and not like they were supposed to. It would be like something killed you and there was nothing there, and then all of a sudden like an elite would just be standing there and he wasn't shielded, he wasn't cloaked. It was just like a fucking engine problem, and I was like, what the fuck, how do you screw this up all these years later? And I was really getting frustrated, and I thought maybe I just fucking suck now. But I got to a certain stage and these boys were playing on co-op. Our schedules didn't line up, so we couldn't play at the same time early on. I had, real life shit, a dryer broke and I had taken it apart, whatever. I was trying to bite my tongue because I didn't want to take away happiness for people. Because if you find it great, I don't want to take it away. Halo 1 or Halo Campaign Evolved is still very fun to play if you can get over the problems I had with it. But one thing that I will absolutely not stand for in a game that is such a tentpole IP and a remake of a beloved, it's just, to me, unacceptable. I got to one of the later stages, and it was literally unplayable because enemies weren't loading, the fucking textures of the map weren't loading, and it wasn't like, oh, you're just bad at this. It was like, I can't even enjoy this because you released an unfinished game. Now, I was very disappointed because most reviewers did not talk about this. There were 2 reviewers when the early access came out saying, like the pre-release, the 5 days early, that were like, I had frame problems. And when I read the reviews before playing, I was like, this guy's fucking stupid. There's no way on a PS5 Pro that there are frame problems. I can confirm unequivocally, and so can these gentlemen, we were all playing it on a PS5 Pro. I was dropping to sub 10 FPS in some of these later stages, which is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable for any game as far as I'm concerned, but it is a doubly unacceptable for a fucking flagship remake of a 25-year-old game that was optimized better. I do not understand, and I hate to shit on it, but I was like, man, all right, this game can be an 8 out of 10, it can be an 85 out of 10 out of 100, like that's fine, even though for me the original was a 99. Like, it was just so good. I think that when I said I thought it was overscored at an 83, this game is a 7 out of 10 for me. And the only reason it's a 7 out of 10 for me is, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to talk about the things I liked before you guys get to complain about it. When I got to play with these guys after I was done with the solo, because I did it, I powered through, even in the shitty frame rate, I somehow fucking did it solo. And I was mad at how they screwed up the end stages. I cannot believe how fucking broken it was. And for other reasons. I mean, I think there are too many enemy spawns just because they could, instead of making combat interesting. I feel like they just cranked everything up to 11 without even testing it. That's very clear, because on normal and on easy, we found out when we replayed through it, the frame rates aren't as bad. It's like they only tested it on the lower difficulties, and that's fine. Except you're not even going to test the shit for the. I mean, Halo is for the diehards as well as the people that just jump in. Everybody's going to be playing every difficulty of this game at some point. So that's weird, right? But when I finally got to play with these guys, one thing that I will say, huge positive from Halo Studios, they upgraded the co-op to 4-player instead of 2-player in the original when you could play the campaign. And that was seriously the highlight of this experience for me, was playing with my friends. And we had a great time, even when shit was broken. It was awesome. So that's why Halo is a 7 out of 10 for me. A broken game for me is like no greater than a 5 out of 10. I feel like it's unacceptable, especially if it's unplayable. If there's stuff that's like, oh man, there's this like game breaking bug we didn't know about, and we fix it right away, cool. But when you didn't even try, when you finished 70% of your game, no, that's just not okay. I will save other things that I very much liked for later. I'll let you guys go because I got my little diatribe over with. But I really, really, really was upset with what Halo Studios did, and I'm just disappointed in them, because this game deserved better. It did, but
yeah,
it's fun. It, like, when it works, it works. When it plays, it plays. That's great. Like, super awesome experiences for certain things. It was very near and dear to my heart, and I was furious. One quick funny thing, I was texting the group chat, and I was like, fuck this game. I'm going to be honest, and you're all going to hate me. It's bad. It's broken, whatever. And they weren't that far yet. So they were just like, damn, it's been running perfectly for me. And I was like, what fucking level are you on? You know, because I was butthurt. I totally admit it. I was a little out of line. I was like, no, fuck you guys. This is bad, you know? But I said, let me know how it goes when you get to this stage. Well, the next morning I wake up, and they were all trying to fucking gaslight me. They're like, had no problems here, bud. Must be all you, whatever. And then that did not last very long, because I was like, I mean, I was sincere. I was like, good for you guys. That's awesome. But every other game has been running flawlessly on my PlayStation, so I knew it wasn't my solid state. I knew it wasn't my enemy. But I mean, I wasn't mad at them. I was just like, fuck me, I guess. I don't know. And then Bob was like, we're fucking with you, dude. And then they showed me some videos that they got, and it was atrocious. So it wasn't just me. So anyway, I will shut up. You gentlemen, you go. You can start with the bad stuff first for you.
Yeah. Bob, do you want to go, or I can go, or do you want to?
Sure. You know what? I'll take it. And the reason for that is, I know Halo is your favorite all-time shooter. It's not there for me. But
That's
Halo
fine.
is very, very special to my heart. Halo 3 is in that upper echelon of first person shooters for me.
Oh, Halo 3 is awesome. It's my second favorite because it's great. So
yeah. And when that one came out, there were points in time where like I could have done tournaments, but it was a bad point in my life where I couldn't actually go to a tournament and play. So then when I finally got back to the stateside and I'm playing online and it's 2 a.m, I've had like 7 rum and cokes and somehow I'm still in the Warthog and going deathless with my buddy on the turret. It's just, that's the kind of way we played. So Halo, I have a lot of experience with it up until I stepped away from the Xbox platform.
Sure.
I played Halo Combat Evolved so much growing up that it was easily the number one game that I played on my Xbox. This was pulling people together, doing 4-player split screen multiplayer with rockets in the canyon. Blood Gulch is like one of the best fucking maps in the world. And I'm with you. There is something about this game where you can see the little like shine points coming through and you're like, oh, you guys understood the assignment. And then there are parts where that for every one step forward you took, you took one step back. So like, for example, sprinting, I think is a great quality of life feature.
Yeah.
Even though there is a skull that can turn it off, I think it's a great quality of life feature because when you're huffing it as Master Chief, the level goes from 45 minutes to an hour to more manageable 30 to 20. And that's awesome.
That's great. Especially because we're old, right? I mean, we're old. We have shit to do. I get it.
Yes. But then you do things like they did with the pistol. It's the pistol from Halo 3, which while is not the worst weapon in the game, in Halo Campaign Evolved, or Combat Evolved, should I say, the first one, they nerfed the Magnum in 3 because in 1 it was that fucking strong. It had a kick to it. You could drop hunters in 2 shots with it if you knew what you were doing. Here it takes like 6 or 7. And that
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And it's frustrating because it doesn't feel right. It like there's a piece of that missing, and then you end up with then you go into the frame rate issues. Like when I first read DualShockers reviews specifically, and they said they gave it a 6.5. I was like, what are they smoking? Like what are they smoking over there?
Me too. I didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way that's true.
I didn't believe it until we experienced it, and then that told me who played the game on the harder difficulties in the campaign, because that tells you right there. If you go through easy to basically normal, you're fine. But heroic and legendary, it's broken, and that sucks because legendary lasso is required for the platinum.
Yeah, and it's just something that's fun. Well, it's supposed to be fun, I should say. And when you're just like removing that because you didn't even fucking test it, like what are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Well, yes, and you touched on it too. The enemy spawns. Halo has got a dance to it when you're talking about the enemy spawns. Here, it's fucking. It makes no sense because you're going from salsa to breakdancing when you go into legendary mode, because they're like, instead of enemies like coming in, they'll just come in waves for some areas, which is like, oh, that's kind of okay, whatever. And then in other areas, they just drop 10 elites on you and say, have a nice day. It doesn't, there's a breakup in that combat flow, because when you're playing the original Halo, you go through a wave of enemies. You're like, cool, I got enough time. I'm going to go grab this, swap this. I'm going to reload. Boom, boom. Here, there's nothing. It's just constant. And it breaks up. It makes the game harder, but it also fundamentally makes the game less fun to play.
Yeah, because it feels cheaper. That's my problem. Like taking away my strong pistol, I understand that they wanted to do bullshit with balance, but the reason that I'm so mad about this is because I was promised a Halo 1 true to the original remake. And Final Fantasy VII, it's a good example because it's another big title that was remade. They didn't promise that it was going to be a true 1-to-1. Like that hurt me as a purist, but I knew going in, I was like, okay, this is your own thing. Let's go. Well, with this, when I'm being told this is what you're going to get, and that is not what I fucking got, because you're going to throw more enemies at me. Okay, I like a challenge just as much as the next person, but I don't like bullshit. if I had my old pistol and you're going to try to make it harder, okay, because now it makes a little bit more sense to be like, we're going to let you play the game that you know and love. But this way, they're like, oh, you got 6 more enemies and also fewer effective rounds per enemy. So you're not going to have enough ammo to deal with this bullshit that we didn't test because we didn't care enough to test it. You know, like that's kind of where I'm landing with it.
Yeah, you're right. And then there's just there are little things that if you this is your flagship.
Yeah.
You have a template with the anniversary and the original that all you have to do is just work off of that template, and then you somehow still fuck it up. Like my biggest complaint, performance wise, but like from a pure, you updated and made a remake of this game that said it was going to be true, is you made the warthogs destructible. That should not happen in Halo 1, because when you get to the beach and you're doing running around on that beach, everybody knows you throw grenades and you do warthog flips, because
hilarious. That was so fucking fun at the time, back in the day.
Yes.
That was we wasted so many hours in college doing that shit, but it was awesome, right? It was just so cool.
Yeah, that's my biggest complaint from like a fan of guy who's played hundreds and probably thousands of hours of the original. That's my biggest, like, ooh, why did you do that? And then lastly, I'll say, I think what really happened here, and this, take it as a negative if you will, is Halo's, and Bo pointed this out, I didn't realize that Halo's 25th anniversary is November 15th of this year. Which means
you guys might remember last year when it was announced, when it was coming, I thought that it was going to come out on the anniversary. I was like, that's a next November release. It has to be. And then GTA got delayed, and it was like, never mind. Guess not.
And I think what happened is GTA got delayed, and then they were told, them being Halo Studios 343, whatever you want to say, were told, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to release your game in late July. That's the best we can do, because we've got Gears of War coming, and then you can't push it beyond that because we already know Fable is going to get delayed. So that happened, and I think what happened with the team, and this is just an assumption, I have no fucking bearing for this, but I'm a guy who reads the writing on the wall, which is when the team got told, you not only can't release on your anniversary, you have to release it 4 months before your anniversary. I think the team said fuck it and then just gave up.
Yeah. Me too. I think that you're right. We have no hard evidence of this, but we've been around long enough in the gaming space to know how this shit kind of works, and that does read very true to me. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. It's really not. Because
the first 80% of this game, or 80% of it, is great, and the first part 80% is amazing, and then you get to the end and you see the rough edges, and you realize that they were kind of like, you know what, it doesn't matter, we're gonna get slaughtered anyways, whether it sells or not, it's gonna get butchered because of this, fuck it, just go. And quite frankly, it feels like the spirit of what they were trying to do was gone.
Yeah, and it actually felt a little good. I mean, not to make light of it or make it like a happy moment, but I was very glad that I wasn't crazy, because you guys were playing it, you were having a great time, and I was like, fuck, maybe it's just me, maybe I just can't ever be positive about anything again in my life. Like I was just looking inward, wondering what the deal was. But when I got to that like mini blow up and saying like, this fucking shit broken ass, like I was so mad. But when I was saying it doesn't feel like Halo, listener of the show, friend of the show, Solo, had asked me in the chat, he was like, can you give me some examples? And he had been playing it too with a friend of his. And so I just angrily just listed like 5 things off the top of my head. And he was like, okay, I thought it was just me. So I wasn't crazy. Like he also felt this way. He played Halo. He was like, it's been a while since I played it, but he also played it back in the day. And not to say I was right about everything, because who knows, but he was like, that at least holds merit. Like, I understand what you're talking about, because it did feel just a little different to me. And it meant a lot that I wasn't crazy about that, because I was like, again, maybe I'm just old and mad, but no, I fucking know Halo. I do it so well. So Matt, what about you? Your complaints about stuff, like your negatives first, and then we can get to some of the positive stuff.
Yeah, definitely. My experience with Halo, I played all of them, including Reach. Haven't played all of them. Yeah, haven't played all of them on launch.
Did you play Infinite? Sorry, I didn't. Okay, that's the only one.
I didn't play 5 either.
Okay.
Sorry, I've played all of the good ones.
Yeah. No, I played all of them, so I got you. I wanted to know.
Yeah. So I've played most of the Halo games. A big fan. I'm not a big first-person shooter genre type guy, but Halo is one of the greats. It's a classic. It's incredible. I've been very excited since they announced this was coming to PlayStation to play with the boys, right?
Yeah.
We all got it. Well, most of us got it early access. We've been playing it for the last 6 days. And yeah, negatives first. First of all, when I booted it up, I was super excited to hear that the intro title screen on
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotcha.
On my surround sound, my Sonos, and the logo screens came up. They were blasting. It was like bass heavy. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. And the title screen's pretty compressed. I don't know if they used the original track, but it wasn't as grand as I wanted it to be. So
yeah,
that was a little bit of a letdown with the audio mixing and everything like that. Then we get in, we're playing, we're having a blast. We'll talk about all the positives. The performance issues were a bummer. They didn't affect my experience as much as you guys, because I was really having just a blast. We were laughing at the downfalls. We were laughing at the bugs. I still think it's unacceptable for a game to come out in this state. It's 80% finished, honestly. 7 out of the 10 main mission games. The 3 prequel missions, so fun. We had a blast. No performance issues there, but the frame drops.
Those were good.
Yeah. Literally, I was watching, we were trying to do a specific skull challenge, and I was watching Bo run through the level at 10 frames a second. And then he gets to the next area. The fucking terrain didn't even load in. He was running in the void, running in space. I have a video of it, and I was like,
for proof of that we're not fucking nuts. It's terrible.
Yeah, but I have more funny videos than bad videos, and the performance issues are unacceptable. I literally told, and I'm about to send this in the group chat, I literally have a screenshot of me saying, Bo, I don't know if I'm going to get it early access because it might have performance issues on launch. And he's like, nah. So
I mean, honestly though, not to defend Bo in this case, I mean, I would never in a million years have guessed that a Halo game would release.
That's why I did it.
I was like, there's no fucking way that it's going to be that bad.
I never do early access. I rarely do early access, but I was convinced, and looking back, I'm super glad I did. I don't care. I still had a blast. I had fun, and it's lining up to where I platinumed this game. I platinumed it today, actually. Yeah. And I'm going to platinum Black Flag, and then I'm going to have a little bit of time before Beast. If I got this on launch, which would have been yesterday, Tuesday, the 28th, I might not have had enough time before Beast. So I'm glad it lined up, and I'm glad we dove in and we had a blast. But the performance issues were glaring. The audio balancing issues were a little unfortunate. And the frame rate is unacceptable on the last 2 or 3 levels. And it's an easy fix. And then we were having issues where people were dropping out of our party. Just people were dropping. And
you mean when I got
issues.
Decapitated? I got decapitated by nothing, and it was I mean, at least that was fucking hilarious. But yes, we had to do some workarounds for what we were doing. Well, of course, we were exploiting it, right? Let's be honest. We were exploiting the game a little bit because it's only
unbalanced
because we had
as well.
We had to, or you physically could not. The game wouldn't let you play it if we didn't exploit it to have fun. I wouldn't say cheating. We were making the game let us have fun because it would not let us have fun normally. It just wasn't working. So it was like, fuck this.
We tried. We tried that Lasso legit run. Lasso is legendary, all skulls on. We tried it legit. We couldn't get 5 minutes into the fucking campaign because we were just blowing up. The AoE of the explosions were... Yeah, it's broken. It's unbalanced. There was a patch today, Wednesday, the 29th. and they did fix some stuff, and I think they're going to continue fixing stuff, and I really do think they're going to balance that lasso run. The lasso trophy, the platinum, is sitting at a 0.01% right now, and it's because it's extremely unbalanced. So those are my qualms about the game, but let's get into the positive stuff. Do you want me to start and we can go back around?
Yeah,
or do you
go
wanna...
backwards.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. This was one of the most fun experiences I've had with my friends in a while. It was incredible. I love co-op games. It took me back to the early 2000s. We were having a blast. And I know it sounds cliche, but even though this game was broken and, the best experience, the thing I took the most out of this is the time I spent with my very good friends playing this video game and the friendships. And I'm just grateful for the friendships I have and the people I played with and the fun we had. We were laughing our ass off. I got a core fucking workout from playing this game co-op because we were just finding all kinds of bugs and just launching the warthog off of fucking edges. And man, we have so many clips, and we were talking about life stuff during it, and we were, bonding and connecting. I know it's cliche, and I know it's like, but I want to play more co-op games because games are sometimes more fun with friends, and it's really a good bonding experience. And I just appreciate the friendships I have, and I'm grateful that we got to do that on launch and shortly after launch with Caleb. And I'm just grateful I have these people in my life that love this medium along with me and that are experiencing this and love video games as much as I do. So that was a big takeaway for me, honestly.
Quick interjection while you're going. I wanted to just give a quick shout out to Cyclone Berserk, who he and I, we played Destiny together back in the day. I don't know if he remembers me, but I was really glad because I felt bad when I had the game. I had pre-ordered it as soon as it was available because it's fucking Halo 1 remade for me. I was like, yes, this is going to happen. I didn't know it was even playable 5 days early until later because I was going to get the collector's edition because of how much I love the OG Halo, and it sold out at like 3 a.m. before I even knew it existed. So fuck me, I guess. But I was like, nope, just going to get the next best edition. I don't care. I want to throw money at them because it's Halo. And then I found out like that week that it was, oh shit, it releases like Thursday or, whatever the day was last week. And I was just too busy to play. And I told you guys we were going to play on the 28th when it came out. And so that was kind of the plan. We were going to play yesterday. And before we knew the cast was tonight, we we're going to play tonight. But I actually felt really bad because I know you guys wanted to jump in as a four player experience. And I was the fourth and I couldn't do it for like the first 2 days. And I was just like, when I was creeping on you guys, when I got on at like 11 at night, one night, I was, the wife was gone. She went to Cincinnati and I was fixing trying to fix a dryer, but I was like, I can stay up as late as I want. And I thought about playing Halo, but I jumped on and I saw you guys were playing when Cyclone was the fourth. So I was like, I mean, would he mind if I use his real name? Is he cool with that?
But yeah, first name, yeah.
Chris, right?
Yeah. Chris
so
with a K.
But when I saw that Chris was playing, I was just like, oh, thank God, I feel less guilty now. Because he's also a very good player. Not that like you wouldn't have fun with somebody who wasn't very good, but that I'm very good at games too. So I was like, he's really good. They're fine. They're great. I'm just gonna play some fucking waifu Granblue fantasy and then go to bed later. Like I can't right now. So just thank you for him being able to jump in and have fun with you guys. That was really cool that I did. Made me feel like less of a dick. So anyway, continue. I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, and shout out. We appreciate the other two players, good friends and good listeners of the show. Bo, of course, Burrito Supreme. He's been on the cast. He's been on some spoiler cast. Shout out to you, buddy. We love you.
You mean the guy that had to get carried for 2 episodes?
Write down that timestamp. And then Chris, aka Cyclone Berserk, he's a really good friend of mine. He actually, so before this, we went to a brewery. We were doing trivia night. We did okay. And we talked about it as a crew. We brought you in, Caleb, too. And we were like, should we get Halo early access? And I was like, I don't know. Might be performance issues. Got a couple beers in me. I was like, fuck it. Let's do it. And Bob, Bob, you were like, oh, I got it. Fuck it. And I'm like, well, okay, fuck it. And I got the deluxe edition. I have my physical edition waiting at Best Buy to pick up. I'll probably pick it up with Beast, keep it sealed. But we decided on that as a crew. And then Chris, he reached out to me just randomly. Longtime friend. We don't talk all the time though. And we game every once in a while, play some Monster Hunter, big on Destiny, but this is like 10 years ago. I haven't talked to him in a while. He was like, hey, are you getting Halo campaign involved? And I'm like, you bet your ass we are. We're getting it early access. And I was like, and we might have room for a fourth because our fourth is doing something else and he'll be in later.
He's a dickweed who lives in Ohio.
He's a dick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fuck the fourth. Fuck that guy. No, but he's like, oh, awesome. Dude, I've been looking for a crew. I'd love to be your fourth. I'm getting it early access. I'm playing it now. And I was like, dude, this game brings together people. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, I was big on like hanging out with friends digitally. And then the game, it's gorgeous. The game is gorgeous. It might not run well, but they did a really good job with the graphics, the sound design, a little compressed, but really good job with the remake aspects of like the audio video stuff. On a performance level, not great. But yeah, just the beach level, the water. I took so many screenshots. So shout out to them.
The assets were done well. I would agree that the assets that did still look enough like the Halo that I mean, if you go back and you see OG Chief, like the original Xbox game was still gorgeous for the time. But if you hold them side by side, you're just like, the fuck? But it's how you remember it. Like seeing it now is like, oh yeah, okay. This is other than the Cortana online discourse that we don't have to get into, but
she's fine. She looks fine.
Yeah, but that's online people. Like she's Cortana. It's fine. But Chief looks very much like Chief. You know, the design, he's just prettier now. So that's great.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So overall experience, in that aspect, awesome. And then just the gunplay. It's Bungie in their golden years. They might have tweaked some stuff. I couldn't notice it because I'm not as big into Halo as you guys are. I fucking love Halo as a series, and I can't wait for them to redo the next ones. So yeah, I think they did those aspects really well. And honestly, it's just really fucking fun to play. I think there's a skull that you get that takes you third person. And I really like my third person games.
I didn't turn it on ever yet. I should, because that's interesting to me.
I got the plat, and then I was like, oh yeah, there's a third person skull. I want to try it out. I enjoyed it. I played the first level. I actually might go through, and when I'm online with you guys, no offense, but I'm on my headset and I'm on my Astros because I'm on mic. And I'm not utilizing my fucking theater 9.2 Dolby Atmos surround sound. So I did that level with the surround sound, and I was like, "Ooh, I kind of want to play this third person with my theater sound." So, yeah, I might actually do that. Yeah,
just don't play stages 8, 9, or 10 on heroic or legendary.
No.
Although you should try it at least once. Just try it to see how fucking trash it is.
No, I don't think I will. I'll play.
You're not a real man. You're not a real man.
I got the plat. And kudos to everyone that helped me get that plat because it was a team effort. And Bob, we're going to get you that plat. You just let me know. Okay. I'm there.
Hey, you guys will I'll be able to make that run by myself. So you don't have to go out of,
what do you mean have to? I'm not having to do anything. I want to.
All right.
I mean, I did 10 of them by myself. So like, whatever, but it's fun. It's actually a lot more fun than the other bullshit we were dealing with. And it is easy. So you'd be fine. Yeah. Matt was a little nervous and I was like, don't be nervous. And he tried it and he was like, oh yeah, this isn't bad at all. This is actually quite easy. No. So you'll be fine. It's a cakewalk.
We'll do the remix missions and we'll stream it for all of you beautiful listeners out there. Twitch.tv/Shapes of Gaming. Bob, what were your positives and good takeaways from this game?
You've covered a lot of it. So visually, this fucking game is amazing when it's performing well. The water physics on the beach alone are just mind-boggling at how they managed to do that. It looks very, very natural, right? I'd also say the prequel missions don't get enough love online, and it's due to discourse because of neckbeards with a certain character, even though you have to explain to them like she's there for the 3 missions and that's it, so tell me you didn't play the game, you ass clown.
It's a prequel and you didn't see her in the original. What do you think that means?
Yeah, let alone the fact that like her character itself makes sense, because if you know things about the lore, you understand ODSTs versus Spartans and everything, all of that good stuff, right? Those missions feel like real Halo missions and are done amazing. So shout out to the team. You can tell they put a lot of time and effort into it. And I really loved it, because some of those areas kind of felt Halo 3-ish. So like when you're dealing with the jackals in the trees, I immediately went to Halo 3. I was like, fuck. Because I did that shit on Lasso in Halo 3 without a HUD or a reticule. Yep. So I'm like, I know where it's at. The really big thing though about this game is the best part of this game is playing with friends. And that's a double-edged sword, because there's no multiplayer, but the ability
no competitive multiplayer. Sorry.
Yes, there's no competitive multiplayer. You can do the couch co-op multiplayer, which is amazing. I just wish we could even do a not a hot seat, but like a hot room where you can just jump in, go into a map. Yeah. There's Blood Gulch, there's the canyon, all that good stuff, right? But at the end of the day, playing with friends made swallowing this pill a lot easier, because if I had done this by myself, this game would not be a platinum. I would have put it away. I would have canceled my physical pre-order that I need to go pick up still. But overall, this is a satisfying game. Just know that you might want to wait and see what happens in 6 months and see where the team ends up. Because I know you said 7, Caleb. Quite frankly, I can't excuse what they did fundamentally to the DNA of Halo 1 and then the performance issues. This is a 6 out of 10 game for me.
Wow. Yeah. And I don't blame you. I really don't blame you. I had a hard time making it a 7, but like you said, the experience that we had together, I try to be as objective as possible with my reviews. You guys know that it's not like they really made that happen, except they did allow the 4-player co-op. That's the thing that Halo Studios did that saved the score for me. It was like, okay, but I don't begrudge a 6 out of 10 for you. I mean, as a review for you, because busted. It's fucking busted shit. No excuses, right? You said it very well.
Yeah, there's half-baked things near the end of a game. So like the most 7 out of 10 game I can give you is Hell Is Us. That is all the way up to 80%. And then after that, you're like, what the fuck did you do? But the fundamental difference is Hell Is Us still runs good all the way to the end. Yeah. Halo Campaign Evolved just goes off the fucking rails somewhere.
We should, tragedy. For the listeners, you guys should post a few of those broken ass videos. And like, spoiler it, but there's not really anything to spoil, because all you're seeing is broken textures and not, like, there's not really much that you're looking at in a 25-year-old story.
Yeah, I'll do that. If they're not too big, I can put them in Discord.
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend doing that. I don't have them. You guys do, but you should do that, because it's just to show people that we're not fucking crazy, and that it's like, this is not okay. This is not okay at all.
Yeah, you're complaining about dying randomly. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I saw it happen in real time on the Warthog, and I was like, okay, you win. Point proven.
Yeah, like
we were laughing about it.
Yes, exactly. We that. I mean, are you finished with your positives?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, you guys touched on a vast majority of it for sure. I'm glad that you mentioned the bonus missions, Bob, the bonus prequel missions, the 3 of them. And we were joking at the time, because I played the OG campaign first, and then I was going to go to the bonus missions. Even though I know the OG campaign really well, I wanted to play the OG. I mean, that's why I bought the fucking game, was to play the OG, and I thought the bonus missions will be a nice little treat at the end when I get my happy playthrough of Halo. And when I got to mission 8, or mission 9 actually, was the one that I was just like, are you fucking kidding me, Halo Studios? I was just like you, because I played it solo. Because for me, it was very important to play it solo first, just because it's so near and dear to my heart. And then I was going to jump in with my friends. But I was also gonna be like, I was like, they didn't even finish this game. I'm not gonna give it the time of day. I'm so fucking over it. I wasn't even gonna play bonus missions. I was gonna put it down. I was gonna have like a 12% Halo as more of a statement, because you guys know that I am capable of platinuming just about any fucking game. It's not a dick measuring contest. I was just like, you guys don't even deserve my time. Not you, Halo Studios.
Oh yeah.
And no joke, when I got on, I was like, okay, I owe it to myself to at least finish the fucking main campaign, and then I can just quit and be mad.
Oh.
You guys invited me to a party, and you were like, we're doing Lasso right now. And I mean, you guys couldn't see me. I just rolled my eyes. I was like, no, we're not. Like, there's no fucking, I don't feel like it. I was just like, there's no way. We did it. We stayed up how fucking late that night. I mean, for me, what was it, like 4 a.m. or something? I don't know. It was late. It really did redeem the game.
Oh,
and it's not
awesome.
just, it redeemed the experience, I should say. It doesn't redeem what they did, but they allowed for 4-player co-op. We had a great time with it. That was awesome. It was just, and we talked about how inexcusable the shit was, and it was great to just all be on the same page there. But then you guys had played the bonus missions at that point. I hadn't played them yet. So we were going through some of the bonus missions, and I was still, I mean, you remember this, Matt. I said, you can skip the fucking cutscenes. I don't care. I'll just go back through on my own and play it. Like, I don't need to. I'm not mad at that choice. But I am mad that I got to that point with one of my favorite games ever. Like, I didn't even give it a try. I was just like, it's probably gonna be fucking broken. But I am happy to say I agree with you, Bob. Those missions, we were joking at the time. I was like, well, these are good because they just didn't do the last 3 missions of the base game. They put all their time on these 3 bonus missions instead, because they were very, very good. Very well done. It felt very Halo. It was a good prequel. And I'm gonna spoil one slight thing for the listeners here. If you've played Halo, you know who Sergeant Johnson is. One of the things on the Lasso run is you can aggro your allies. And if you aggro your allies, they just straight up fucking kill you. No matter what. You can have an overshield and they will just like, one of my favorite quotes where it's like, he crazy, and then they just like shoot you and you die. And on the Lasso run, if you die, if you're solo, you start over at the beginning of the level. If you die in co-op, it's just the last checkpoint. So if you're going to attempt the Lasso run, highly recommend the co-op, just because it makes you less likely to want to hang yourself. I mean, it's very frustrating, because I personally think that that's also an overlooked problem. I mean, I'm not trying to complain about it, but we were aggroing them when we weren't aggroing them. Like, we don't know what the fuck was aggroing them. Like, sometimes they would just turn on us, and it was like, is it an errant explosion that we're not even causing because the game engine is fucked and they think that it was us? Like, we didn't know. That was part of what we were talking about with the exploit, because it's like, you can't fix stupid. Like, why is this happening? But one of my favorite memories that I will take with me for the rest of my life, and I swear this isn't racist. It's not intended to be racist. It was just perfect. When Sergeant Johnson is on these levels with us and we would aggro him, we were just saying, surprise, motherfucker. Like the Dexter meme / gif with Sergeant Dokes. It felt the same. And it was hilarious. It made us able to get through those moments of frustration. I mean, that was very frustrating, where it's like, what the fuck? I don't want to do this 55 times because the game doesn't work. But you guys made that much more palatable, and like, that's a good memory that could have very easily been a sour memory. Like that could have gone real hard the other way. So that was cool. And I really appreciate all of you for that, and for being good sports. That was great. What's up, Matt?
Speaking of that, I got to give a shout out to my most favorite line in the game. Okay. It's in the prequel missions. And
yeah,
I know exactly what it is.
The second
Johnson
prequel mission.
Johnson's like, hey, Chief, you ever get tired of being the almost silent type? And Chief's like, no.
Yeah, there's a really long pause, and it is. I actually think it might be his best new delivery, where he just says, no. It's just, that's it. And you're like, oh, okay, all right. That you definitely, like Bob said, they understood the assignment for the prequel missions. They really did. That was a highlight of the experience for me, from like a Halo enthusiast of the original Combat Evolved, and the fact that they didn't exist. But yeah, it's a bummer, because I know the world is kind of sick of remakes and reboots. Like, I get it. I am too, unless they're done really, really well. And I expected this one to be just a fucking slam dunk. I did. I expected it to be a home run. And I'm not saying that like as a draft score. I'm saying that just like as a gamer and as a fan. And it could have been, but I think Bob's right on his estimate of they released it 4 months early. It wasn't ready, and they just said, fuck it, let's go. Nobody's going to play it on Legendary right away. And it's like, do you know who your audience is? What the fuck are you thinking?
Right.
So, yeah, that was, at least we had a really good time playing it. And I'm sure we will again, even though we've platinumed it. We'll play it every now and again, because the good news is this isn't like Destiny, where they can just be like, bye. I mean, you have to sign into the Microsoft servers and shit, but it's not like an always online. They don't have to spend as much to keep the servers going for a game like this. So, and it's not Bungie. I mean, it's Halo Studios, but kind of weird that Microsoft would let this happen after they released Doom, and then it was awesome, the DLC, and then downsized most of the studio. And I'm thinking Halo Studios releases a game like this and nobody's in trouble. I mean, again, I don't want people to lose their jobs. I don't. But that was in the back of my mind too, where I'm just like, how is that okay? Like they didn't release broken ass shit and they're all fired. These guys released an 80%, 70% finished game and they all probably got promoted. Like, fucking kidding me? So, but yeah, if like you guys both said, and I mentioned a little bit earlier, but I don't want to be super negative about this game. I just have to be a realist. I am a huge Halo fan. It is still a lot of fun. If you're on the fence about it, hopefully this helps. I would not recommend the game as long as you know this going in. That's the thing. It's a full price, or not full priced, but close to full price, right? Wasn't it a little cheaper? I don't remember. I didn't look at what it cost. I just bought it. I bought it right away. I was like, whatever.
It's $50 for the base edition and then $70 for the deluxe edition.
Okay,
and the reason
so $50.
We got early access, we did the deluxe edition. So,
but you don't need that anymore because it's out.
Nope,
it's out for everybody.
Exactly. You get some digital goodies too. So
but knowing that going in, if you're looking for a game that you can have fun with friends, and if you are willing to just play it on a lower difficulty until they fix the frame rate and some of the tracking and just the bullshit, then you should play it. If you're a Halo fan, it's not like it's all bad. It's just it really hurt me that they didn't nail that landing, even with some changes that I was kind of against. They're not the worst. Like some of them I think are fucking terrible and unnecessary, but that's me being a purist. That is not necessarily like a game design problem. We already talked about the pistol, where if they're going to throw 45 extra elites at you just because they turned the number up higher, why would you nerf all my shit and then make me not able to deal with it? Like that's a weird choice for me.
And that's really weird when you compare it to the shotgun, which is absolutely still awesome. old school Halo campaign of evolved shotgun, or combat evolved.
Almost busted, but not. Like it felt good. It felt like a good solid weapon, which I loved because I was worried when the fucking Magnum was there. I was like, I thought they were going to nerf my favorite weapon, the sniper rifle. That feels almost like old times. They changed like 2 things about it, but it's still really, really powerful. Again, that's me being super critical. Still my favorite weapon in the new game. Like that. As soon as I got it back, I was like, yep, this is just like old times. And when Bo and I were playing, just the two of us a bit, it was very nice. He was like, he saw a shotgun or a sniper rifle on the ground and he was like, hey, you come take this one. Because he knew that it meant a lot to me. And then he's running ahead and I'm just picking off boom, 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 boom. And at one point when we were playing, he was like, damn, you weren't kidding. And I was like, yeah, this is my bread and butter. Like this is great. And then he got a sniper later in the same level. And the two of us were on opposite sides. We were cross-firing. I should have clipped it because we ended a mission. We both, not on purpose, we both shot the same final mob in the stomach at the same time. And it made like a trail of an X. And it was really, really cool. And I just didn't think about it until like 5 minutes later. Yeah, it was great. And he'll remember that. He'll know what I'm talking about. Because I think I said, like, nice shot. And he was like, fuck yeah. And then I started singing, You'll Get Caught Up in the Crossfire. You know, like the 80s and 90s children that we are. Yeah. Exactly. But it was very cool. Like, that was the moment to just piggyback again. That those moments were what made this awesome. So that sorry to disappoint for people that expected me to just suck it. Because I love Halo, but I couldn't be dishonest about it. I was let down until we played together. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. We appreciate the candor for sure, and I'm sure the audience appreciates that as well. So.
They don't appreciate the extra episode length.
They'll,
As usual.
They'll pay to
I know.
shorten it.
That's why I extended it like 30 minutes, because I really want to make some of that bank for us.
God. No, we don't ask for any money. We're not profiting off this. We're just doing it because we have fun and we like drinking and talking video games. So yeah. And we've been playing a lot of them. So yeah. What real quick, what's next on the we kind of talked about it. Beast is next for me. Platinuming Assassin's Creed and then taking a little break. I'm still playing Split Fiction too. So that, and then paving the way for Beast, man. Beast of Reincarnation. Game Freak. I'm hopeful, very hopeful for this game. So what's next for you, Caleb?
My very quick is, I'm right on the fence because I might just play more Halo with you guys just to have some fun, like if as needed or as wanted or whatever.
Me too.
But I actually have pretty busy. Like tomorrow, I'm going to see Spider-Man. Really excited about that. I'm gonna have some wings with some other friends, and then Friday night, I'm probably hanging out with the wife. Which then I would only have Saturday and Sunday and a little bit of Monday before Beast. I really do. I also want to play Beast. Marvel Tokon is 2 days later. I can play both of those at the same time because they're very different. Like that Tokon is just going to be like a staple. It's going to exist. I don't know if I want to jump into Crimson Desert and just work on it a little bit right before Beast. I haven't decided yet. My other thought is, because I don't want to get into a big ass game, I might do Star Fox. Because I haven't played through Star Fox. I might do that. I would love to do Xenoblade Bob's bullshit, but I don't have 225 hours, so I can't. But yeah, it's definitely like Tokon is absolutely happening. Just don't know if Beast is going to be right away, if I'm available or not. So what about you, Bob? What do you got next?
Let's see. Xenoblade, and then probably I'm up in the air. Because I am going to be getting on Onimusha is next, and I want to play Xenoblade, but there's another game right in the middle of October that I really want to touch because I haven't touched it since it was on the PS3. And that's the Metal Gear Solid collection.
In the middle of August, you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, in the middle of August. It's right there in between now but Metal Gear Solid 4 is also a very seminal game, and I want to take my time with it because it's been 20 years. So I'm like, yeah, we'll see. I'm in a whatever the fuck I feel like mood right now. Because I'm looking over the hill and I'm like, I can't keep up. Just whatever I catch.
Yeah.
No,
this is actually a really good time for me because August is mostly empty after the first two big releases. And so, and I mean, I'm busy. I've got like a family reunion I got to go to. I've got like friends are coming for the weekends, whatever. So I'm actually glad that it's not September, because in September I am fucked. Like I'm getting everything in September. I got to catch up on everything else now. So I feel you there. And I'm glad you get to play Xenoblade, because I mean, you and I both know how meaty that game is, and you are going to just sink your nipples into it. Yeah, I said it.
Trust me, I'm seeing some of the screens because it's already out in other parts of the world, and I'm seeing some of the video clips, and I'm just over there like, give it to me now.
Definitely. Well, you'll have to tell me if you get Cosmos right away as your blade, or Cosmos, however.
I'll definitely be keeping you up to date on that. And
I never did, because my RNG is fucking trash, so I never got her when I played through it. Never.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And my friend, my very good friend, who I had told about the first Xenoblade on the Wii when it came out, like back, he played like the Xenosaga and all the original. But I was like, dude, you gotta get this for the Wii. It's actually really good. When his favorite is 2. When he got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, he was like this is the peak game. but he had just started it, and I was like, well, good luck with the fucking gotcha shit. And then like 20 minutes later, he just sends me a picture of Cosmos, and he's like, is she any good? And I said, I fucking hate you. I hate your whole face. It was the first one he drew. And I was like, of course. He didn't know that she was like super powerful either. And I was like, okay, that checks out. And then he wrote me back for earlier listeners on earlier episodes. He just wrote me back and he said giant stalker boots. And I was like, God damn it, Josh. Yes, it is. He knew. And he was like, I never took her out of my party the whole time. I was like, why would you? She's amazing. So Matt doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We're talking, but we know, and listeners would know.
Neither do our listeners.
As soon as I get it, I'm going to screenshot it or capture it, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to send you back the Deltarune score.
Well played,
with a screenshot of the bid, the 15, 15, and 16. No, like if you do though, let me know how the gacha works in the revamped version, because I'm very excited to get into it. You know what? After the digital future comes, and I'm gonna go back through those games.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it.
Yep, and you'll report back on that game the next episode, which will be released mid-August sometime. So, yeah, that's been episode 60. We've been talking a lot about games. I'm about to get off here, and we're about to play probably more games. That's what we do. We love it, and we talk all about it. So thanks so much for listening. We hope all of you have a great weekend, and hope you're playing some good games out there. Let us know what you're playing. Hit us up on on Discord, and let us know what you think about what you're playing, or talk about whatever. We're there, and we're always playing games and talking about them. So thank you so much for listening. Keep the conversation going, and have a great evening, night, morning, whenever the hell you're listening to this.
Bob loves Cheez-Its.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming, and most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado, by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.